And we're off. Hi, everybody. It is, what day is it today? It's the 20th of July, 2024. My name is Luke Thomas. Welcome, 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 welcome. This will be our watch along here for, let me see something very quickly, if I may. The watch along for, yes, very good. For, let's see, Jake Paul and Mike Perry. Jake Paul and Mike Perry. We're going to watch along with the card. The first fight just ended. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Uriah Hall, 6-rounder. Cesar Chavez Jr. Or Chavez Jr. anyway. He wins via unanimous decision. Kind of a ho-hum fight, and then he calls for a fight with Jake Paul afterwards. Don't think he's going to get it, but there you go. First fight is in the books. I think there's 4 more. We'll see how this goes. Thank you so much for joining me. Thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Become a member. Support the channel. It goes very far. I appreciate everyone who is a member. Shouts to all the members out there watching right now who will watch this later. We're going to have a good time. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, okay, in all likelihood, Jake Paul should win, right? This is a thing where he should do well. But it could be fun. It could be silly. It could be really bad. I have no idea. But I'm going to be here with it, with you, to watch it the whole 9 yards. Yeah? All right. So with that in mind, let's get this party started. Oops, hold on one second. Let's get, here we go. Now I've got it. Now let's get this party started. Boom. All right. And if you want to get something on the screen here, if you're a member, you can just throw it up there. If you can put something in the super chat, we'll get to whatever you guys want to get to. So we've got, let's see, Tony Aguilar versus Corey Marksman, Ashton Sylve versus Lucas Bahdi, and then your co-main event, Amanda Serrano taking on Stevie Morgan. I don't know how long that one's going to last. And then Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. Should be a lot of fun. All right, boys and girls, let's have a little fun, right? I mean, there's a lot of consternation in the world. There's a lot of craziness is a good way to put it. Craziness, probably a great way to put it. But you know what? Maybe Mike Perry can deliver something unexpected for us, something magical for us. Or maybe Jake Paul will just do what he always does, which is beat guys in boxing who aren't really boxers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there'll be some of that. I don't really know. But I'm here with you, excited to get this going. UFC results. Let's see. I did see some of the Korean Superboy got a nice win over Bill Algeo, which was phenomenal. He's been back. He's been off for quite some time. What I will say is, did you guys see they pulled the Nick Diaz versus Vicente Luque fight off the August 3rd Abu Dhabi card? Now, the good news is that card is still pretty good. And, of course, the main event is sick. It's still Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Fantastic. Great. Love it. Remember, that's the same day as the Bud Crawford Israel Madrimov fight. So there's a lot of good action on that day. But no Nick Diaz. The broadcast for UFC Vegas 94 said it was a travel issue. Now, you'll recall Cesar Gracie did an interview with Submission Radio, I want to say like a week or 2 ago, something like that, being like, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if Nick's going to even fight there, blah, blah, blah. Sure enough. Not sure what he knew, but Cesar Gracie knew. So there you have it. That one is not going to happen. No Nick Diaz on August 3rd. I don't know if they're going to put that fight somewhere else. I don't know if they're going to get him a new opponent. I don't really know how that's going to go. But for sure they did announce that. All right, we got Alex here. What's up, Luke? Vape in hand, ready to go. What do I have? Oh, yes. I've got this one. I shouldn't be vaping, but I've been under a lot of stress. And, well, it's kind of messing me up a little bit, to be honest. So I've been kind of vaping, which I really shouldn't do, but I'd be lying if I said I hadn't. All right. Anybody out there straight up taking Mike Perry? Anybody out there? I'd be curious to know if anybody is. Who out there? Raise your hand. Mic check. Mic check should be fine. Let's check the mic. Let's see. Mic is fine. It's okay. Everything is plugged in. Everything is fine. The issue is StreamYard. StreamYard is the issue. Check your mic. StreamYard. It's pumping through StreamYard. Let me do this. There we go. That should help a little bit. Hopefully it all settles. Hopefully it all gets a little bit better. A couple of issues here, but we should be fine. Everything is plugged in. Everything is where it should be. I'm a little bit at the mercy of StreamYard's technology, but we'll see how this goes. Should be fine. I'm going to push through. We're going to persevere. We're going to make this work. So thank you to everyone who's here. Appreciate everyone dealing with it. Hopefully it's going to be okay. I think it'll be fine, and we'll be good to go. All right? All right. We are waiting for the next fight to get going. Again, if you got anything you want to get to in the super chat, we'll get to that in between rounds or in between fights. Now's a great opportunity for it. Yeah, let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what you guys are thinking about here a little bit. I will tell you what I did today as we wait for the next fight to start. Have you guys ever seen that movie from 1996? It's got Sean Connery. It's got Nick Cage. It's got, what's the other dog? The Rock. Not like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, but like The Rock in the movie. Um, what a silly, over the top, kind of dumb, but also really awesome, fun film. I rewatched that the other day, or last night / this morning. Loved it. Loved it. It was great. So there we have it. All right. All right. All right. All right. If anyone out there is taking Mike Perry, I would love to know. And I'd love to know what the reasons might be as well. I did see some analysis at the top of the show, and they were saying it's let's see, you've got Todd Grisham, Gabe Rosado, Tyron Woodley, and Ariel Helwani. Those are your commentators. There was some disagreement between Woodley and Ariel about whether to what extent size would play a role here. I tend to think size does play a role, obviously, in part because it always kind of does with Jake. He tends to have some significant weight advantages, at least in terms of who's like in a natural weight class. Um, Power should be a factor here, in part because of the weight. Obviously, mechanics play a role, ability plays a role, position plays a role, timing plays a role, but weight plays a role as well in punching power. So I think it was Ariel who was like, well, Jake's going to use his considerable boxing skill relative to Mike Perry, which I think is true. I don't think that's going any way wrong. But I would argue that weight would play a role with power as well. Also, Tyron brought up the fact that, there's a lot of clinching that does happen with Jake as well, which is also true. And that leaning on a guy, holding on a guy. Even Big Tyson Fury does that all the time, using his weight and size and at the heavyweight division. So this is a little bit different, but you get the idea. All right, waiting for the next fight to start. Nick asks, what's your favorite horror / disturbing movie? Good question. I don't know if I have a favorite horror movie. I think some of the ones that I really remember that I really liked were Hereditary. I didn't love Hereditary, but it was sufficiently frightening. Talk to Me, the recent one where they grab the hand and then they get, the devil or some spirit or some demon occupies them. That was a fun one. What was the one with Nick Cage? Speaking of Nick Cage, Candy, was that the one where they get the retribution? That was a fun one as well. There's a few of these. The realness says, I like Kakamusha more than Ron. Tell me why I'm wrong. Ron is one of the best movies I think ever made. At the time it was made, it was the most, I think it was at the time it was made, it was the most expensive movie that was ever made, and it's essentially King Lear remixed to Shogun era Japan. Like, there's just nothing quite like that. By the way, I'm going to see Seven Samurai in 4K this week. I'm pretty excited about that too. Alex says, The Rock, Con Air, just a few examples of 90s awesome action. Yes, Con Air, I don't like Con Air as much as The Rock, but Con Air is also good. Also a great cast in that one as well. I'm taking Platinum, especially if Jake starts dropping his head. So we've talked about this before. If you actually look at the tape on Jake, by the way, I rewatched so yesterday I was flipping around on YouTube TV, and Fox Deportes had on Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz, and I think it was only like the last round 7 on. So it was about 7, 8, 9, 10. So I watched the last 4 rounds. Relative to the guy who fought Woodley the first time, like, he is better. And people keep thinking that, like, I'm saying that, like, Jake's fights are great. It's really not my point. I don't really know what's going to happen. It might be bad boxing for 10 rounds or 1 round or Jake might lose. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch this fight necessarily to be like, wow, look at this guy fight. Dude. By the way, it's the 1 year anniversary of Spence Crawford. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is motherfucking fighting. The best combat sports performance I have ever seen live in person. Number one. There are some close seconds. Connor starching Eddie at UFC 205 in New York City. That's pretty close. But uh, that is what I care about. Those are the fights I love. But I said it on Thursday's live chat. Like, dude, Mike Perry looked like he's having a bad time to you. Anderson Silva looked like he had a bad time. Tyron Woodley 2 times. All these guys want to be there. They all want this. The guys who were doing it, they all want to be there. And so there's obviously a money-making gimmick that works here. You don't have to like it or watch it, but I do find it kind of interesting. The fights themselves, though, are what they are. I guess we'll see what happens tonight. Also, you have another. They're expecting a sold-out crowd, and it was actually fairly full-ish. Full is not quite the right word. Filling in pretty quickly here. That doesn't surprise me at all. It's really an MMA crowd, I think, by and large. I don't think there's a lot of people who are like hardcore boxing fans that are into Jake Paul. I think it's mostly MMA fans who want to see Mike Perry give him the bus driver a motherfucking uppercut and send his teeth into orbit. That's what you want, right? If you're an MMA fan, if you're watching as an MMA fan, it's like, what are you watching for? You're watching to see Mike Perry give him the bus driver uppercut. You going to jail now, Hadouken. That's what you're looking for. So that's who's in attendance in Tampa, Florida tonight. Thane says, did you watch Dune 2? Yes, I did. I fucking loved it. I actually like Dune 2 more than I like Dune 1. I've not read any of the books. I don't know shit about the books. A good buddy of mine has read them all and tells me there's a couple of problems with the second movie. I don't know anything about that. What I can tell you is I thought the character development in the second Dune movie fucking rocked. I thought it was so good. I loved how the characters twisted and turned and all. It was so good to me. They were kind of static in the first movie. They were not static in the second one. Favorite Tarantino movie? There are a bunch of good ones. I'm a classic on this one. I'm a Pulp Fiction guy. Pulp Fiction is really. I mean, there's two directions you can go, but Pulp Fiction is mine. Blue asks, hey Luke, what percentage of UFC fighters do you think really love to fight, and what percentage hate to fight but just need a paycheck? I would say the vast majority love to fight. This is a tough job to do for just a paycheck. It's at the end where you begin to get these complicated feelings. I would say, 10% at most probably don't want to be there. I think the vast majority of them have a burning desire to be there and not just to collect a check. The check ain't that, the check can be good. It's not like it's like overwhelming, right? Your audio sounds like you were underwater, doofus. Okay, let me try something. Give me just a second here. Okay, hang on one second. Let me don't know if that fixes it, but I'm going to try something here to fix it. Give me just a second. I'm going to try. Give me just a second. I'm going to fix this so that you guys don't have these issues. Just be patient. Hang on one second. Man. Let's see. Let's see. Let's. Okay, let's do this. I have an idea. Okay. Hopefully this can fix it. All right. Let me know if that fixes it. We'll see how this goes. So we got a few people complaining. Here's another one. Bro, your mic is funny. Sound mind of blows. I don't know what that means, but okay. There we go. Use your phone to see how bad audio is, please. Okay. Sound like you're talking in a bathroom stall. First time here, but audio is dross, bro. I know, guys. I know. I apologize. I'm trying to get it's a StreamYard issue. It's not everything is where it should be. There's nothing else to the story. It's just that's the story. All right, this fight is on. Don't know how much you care. This is Aguilar and Marksman. This is a 8-round contest. Your mileage may vary on how much you actually want to see something like this. Let me know. Let me pull this off too. There we go. Okay, that should make it a little bit better. I hope. Much better, he says. Okay, there we go. All right. Is BC working tonight? What's his prediction? BC is working. We're both. So after this is over, we both have to do CBS Sports HQ. So he is covering the fights for CBS tonight. And then that's it. But yeah, he's awake. He's up. He's tweeting. Doofus audio works. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate the kind words. There we go. Sounding good now, Luke. Would you ever jump the shark and fight BC in a battle of the washed dads? MK's Highlander. There can only be one. Who the fuck is the audience for that shit? That's what I want to know. Who is the fucking audience for that? The only catch is I'll get it here between rounds. I got to get something else plugged in here for my laptop in order for this to work. Let's put this in there as well. All right. Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah. All right. You see, boys and girls, we adapt and overcome. There we are. Okay. There we are. Okay. Take that off. Okay. There we go. We're cooking. We're cooking, boys and girls. There we are. I will have to get up and then get my... Where the hell is my backpack? It's over there. I'll do it between rounds. The Washington Post is coming to my house on Tuesday for an interview. That could be kind of interesting, right? They want to talk about some fun things. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Live and direct. We're off. Let's push this back a little bit. Okay. There we are. Hold on 1 second. There we are. Okay. All right. Took a second. We built back better. You understand? That's what we did. All right. Round one of that is in the books. Do you guys really care about this fight? I don't care about this fight so much. Here we go. Alan W. Can't blame CrowdStrike on the audio on a Mac, B. Yeah, I'm sure it's really good for the world economy for a single software glitch to down half of air transit and the vast majority of offices in places like hospitals or perhaps where you work or other places of even sometimes critical infrastructure. I'm sure it's good that we have consolidated around a single piece of software that creates this kind of systemic vulnerability. Doesn't seem very smart. That's just me thinking out loud. All right. Round two. Here we go. There we are. All right. Round two is going on for this fight. For those who care, you may not. Your mileage may vary. But we're getting going here. All right. So again, we come up, we watch. I do a lot of watch-alongs on these cards where it's like what was the last one we did? We did Diaz Masvidal, right? Where they have these fights that are like it's an influencer or it's an MMA fighter versus somebody or it's some kind of crossover that otherwise captures your attention. And then sometimes they just look like regular boxing fights on there, which I'm always a little bit like, I don't quite get it. I mean, I sort of get it. Like, oh, let's put some real boxers on this so that people will watch or adds credibility to it. The audience isn't there for that. That's not who's in attendance for this. So I'm not even like bagging on these guys. This fight might be fine, but we don't really need it, do we? I don't feel like we need it. So I don't know. Your mileage may vary, right? We got the ultimate rank and file fighting championships tonight at the Apex. As you always say, a Monopoly doesn't even have to pretend to compete. Yeah, man. That is. There's some good fights on that card. Like there's good, like the UFC has so much talent, it's almost impossible for them to put on like a horrendous card. Like that would actually take some effort. But this isn't a card. Like they're not building around an event. It's we've got overflow on the roster. We've got brick and mortar infrastructure we can just use. Let's just chuck everything on there. And hey, we owe this person fights. We owe that person a fight. We need to keep the chains moving in this division, stuff like that. It's not really a. It doesn't have to happen. It's not a necessity. You know what I mean? Alex says a lukewarm start today. Yes. Takes a little getting going, but we persevered. We're going to be all right. We're going to be good, folks. We're going to be good. Pete says, I can't believe you're passing up the opportunity to watch Lemos versus Jan Sharupa. Going to be a high-level affair. It'll be a fine fight. I mean, it's not going to like I said, that's not a bad fight. That's not a main event. Not a bad fight, but not a main event. Not a main event at all. Scale of 1 to 10 on the Cody Garbrandt face tat. I'm always a little hesitant on face tats. In his case, I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, as far as face tats go, it's a little aggressive, but not. He's been blasted up to the chin and on the side of his face like already. And given the circumstances, I'd give it a 6 or 7, given the circumstances, but like putting a sword over your eye, I don't know how great that is. All right. Let me switch up here, roll something real quick, if I may. All right, let's do this. Oh, yeah. Boom. There we are. We didn't go anywhere. Okay, now I can get the round timer on for those who care. All right, there's Ashton Sylve. That fight I am excited about. Ashton Sylve seems like a real prospect. I'm pretty pumped about him. See him warming up here in the back. Looks sharp. He's got some ability. He's like a good signing by Jake Paul. I actually like Ashton Sylve. And here's his opponent. All right. Seconds out. There we are. Okay, we're off. Round 3 for this fight that we don't care about right now. How about that? I'll pull this up real quickly. Luke's short apathy story. In 2014, at age 20, I bought Apathy Connecticut Casual. Shouts to Apathy on CD and drove 4 hours in my mom's Peugeot 107 to get laid. Hope it was worth it, bro. Hope it was worth it. There we go. There we are. All right. Yeah, I mean, I just can't pretend to care about this fight too much. We are where we are. You know what I'm saying? Some good combinations from this guy, Marksman, actually. Throwing. Ooh, now they're trading. And finally, a boxing referee wearing latex gloves. About goddamn time. Marksman getting spun around. Yeah, Marksman just significantly more accurate and active, for that matter. Oh, that was nice. Goes up high and goes low and then changes the timing, waits a beat before he goes to the next target. That's good work. Nice overhand right, too, as the guy with a lead hook coming in. Sorry, a rear hook coming in. Mm. They're getting active, boy. So I was saying this is the 1-year anniversary of Spence Crawford. How would you guys, what would you say is like your number one combat sports performance you've ever seen live? Live would be the key here, right? You've ever personally witnessed. What would that be? For me, it was Spence Crawford, but you might, you know, again, Connor versus Eddie is a close second because that was pretty big. But like live in person, where you actually attended the fight, like what was the best combat sports performance you've ever seen? For me, man, nothing's. I don't know if nothing's going to top that, but that's going to be hard to top. That's going to be super, super, super hard to top. All right. Round 3's in the books almost for those who care. All right. Kim says, bring back the deadlift peso muerte shirt, Luke. I lost it. I don't know where it is. Here comes Amanda Serrano entering the stadium of the arena. Dude, I think she's gonna go to work on this opponent. This opponent she has, I'm not even sure how this fight got licensed. I mean, I guess I know because it's in Florida and they don't give a fuck if people live or die. Quite literally, they don't think. I genuinely like they don't want them dying on their watch. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like we're actively sanctioning this event, and then someone like at the event dies. Like they don't want that. But short of that, I just don't think that they care that much. I'm not predicting that that's going to happen in this particular contest, but what I am saying is that opponent that she has like no experience against hardly anyone of any kind of discernible ability. I think it's just a stay busy fight for Serrano. I think Serrano is going to like screw her up big time. This one's going to be a little bit slow. My timer's going to be a little bit off, but who cares? It's not a big fight. All right, round 4 here on this utterly perfunctory fight for this card, right? I mean, perfunctory would be the word, I think. Not a bad fight. It's action-packed. How do you feel about the broadcast booth? Like, as I mentioned, 4 people seems like a lot to me. But I sort of get it, right? You got like Todd Grisham, your play-by-play. You've got Gabe Rosado, who's your boxing color. You've got Tyron Woodley, who's like your MMA color. And then you've got sort of that Max Kellerman, Chris Mannix role played by Ariel. So I sort of get where they're going, but I still feel like you need someone. They do this a lot, right? Like for last weekend, we had Sean Porter, your boxing color guy, but we had Sean O'Malley, your MMA color guy. I sort of get it, but like at the same time, there's a lot of people competing for airtime. It's a little tough. But again, your mileage may vary. Priest says, Luke, assuming chatters can afford tickets at any of these shows, we out here donating $5 on our mom's credit card. Yeah, well, I appreciate that just the same. I hear you, but the credit, dude, the card, excuse me, what am I saying? The tickets for events these days are out of control everywhere. Like concerts are expensive, UFC is expensive. They're just extracting enormous fucking wealth from the audiences these days. But it hasn't always been that way. I'm sort of asking, like, in the history of your life in watching fights, what has been like your in person, the greatest combat sports performance you've ever seen? Granted, some of you might be newer fans than others. I understand. I'm just saying. Yeah. Brentendo says, isn't Perry's KO power overstated? He hasn't KO'd anyone with his hands in 8 years, and his BKFC finishes are more like TKO retirement wins. So yes and no. I mean, like his best win, what would you say his best KO would be? I would say it's the Jake Ellenberger one, but that was with an elbow, to your point. I don't think his power is overstated. I think it's good power. There's different kinds of power. He doesn't have that one hitter quitter power. He's got this kind of accumulative punishing kind of thudding power, and that can do a lot. The thing I go back to with Jake Paul and all these things is he's a guy who's got some ability, right? We can all say where it is, but some ability. but he doesn't have a ton of experience in getting rattled, in like fighting down in a deficit, in fights, like, storming back or rallying, or like being hurt and then having to come back. And so at times when you've seen him frustrated, for example, the Tommy Fury fight, his technique really collapsed under the weight of the pressure he was feeling. So, like, do I think Mike Perry can like one hitter quitter him? No, not necessarily. That's really not my point. But can he do enough to rattle him? Can he do enough to get him to resort to bad habits? Because if he can do that, there's something available there. But again, like Jake Paul had to cut weight to make 200. Mike Perry like breezed in at what, like 196 or something. Like, he's fought at 170 in the UFC. Like, there just is a size difference between them, and I don't think we should like ignore that. That's a real thing. So you get the idea. All right, round whatever it is, 5, I think. 4, 5. Where are we? 5. All right. Round 5 of this contest. Here we go. Matthew says, I'm from Australia and I saw Holly KO Ronda live. Was crazy. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. That's a pretty big one. That is in fact an excellent one. For everyone who's just joining us, thank you. Thanks to all you guys being here. Subscribe, right? Join the party. You can become a member, the whole 9 yards. We're going to be here for the rest of the night to watch these fights, to see how this goes. And right now we're watching a decent boxing fight, but just one that we probably didn't need to see. I guess this, yeah, between Aguilar and Marksman. Let's see what we got here. LT, did you catch the video of Bilal and the young fighter and father and son from Gaza? I did. 2-year-old lost his mother, Bilal, and the PCRF got them stateside. I did see. Incredible, dude. People shit on Bilal, but he seems like a guy who, you don't need every MMA fighter to be a guy who lives his life with conscience. In fact, it would be kind of weird if they were. That you would imagine most of them, just by occupational necessity, would need to be very selfish. So I don't mind that. Like, it's just a reality. And some of them are mean and some of them are cruel. Like, that is part of the game. But then you get the guys like Dustin Poirier. I'm not putting Bilal necessarily on the level of a Poirier who's done all that stuff with a Good Fight Foundation. But what I'm saying is people who live in conscious worry about the community around them and like what they're doing to give back and how they're helping. Like, it's nice to see. It's nice to see. All right, minute left in this fight. So we got 6, 7, we got 3 left after this. Fucking hell. The next 3 will be fun. Ashton Sylve should get to work on this guy. Amanda Serrano, guys, if that one goes past 3 rounds, I'll honestly be a little bit surprised. That main event that co-main event should not go past 3 rounds unless something is wrong or unless Amanda is carrying her. It should not go past 3. Dude, it might not even go past fucking 1. Did you guys see Nakatani today in Japan? Going to work on these donks out here, bro. Going to work. Alex says DC Jones 2 was the second UFC event I ever saw live. First was UFC 199. Those are good cards too. Both of those were good cards. Damn, Bisping. You saw the Bisping Rockhold fight and then DC Jones 2? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I was there for DC Jones 2 as well. That was where he dunked on me. Remember that? I'm sure you do. I say remember that like it's not like a thing that people bring up to me all the fucking time. Shit is just there. All right, let's see what you got. Nick says Shawn Michaels Undertaker greater than Spence Crawford. I mean, if you don't read books, that's probably true, right? Here comes Logan Paul into the arena. Someone going to ask him about CryptoZoo? CoffeeZilla? Alan W says, Corrales versus Castillo in Las Vegas. I lost my damn mind. That's a big one. That is a fucking big one. Huge, huge. Viagramancer. The first MMA fight I ever saw that got me into the sport was Lyoto Machida versus Thiago Silva. That 459 KO blew my mind. Yep. I don't even remember that fight actually anymore. Jesus. Tomo, thank you, my friend. And then Fox, do you remember what fight got you into boxing? Dude, I grew up in the 80s. I don't have the round timer for this one. I grew up in the 80s. So I grew up with, I mean, it's just hard to explain how big Mike Tyson was in the 80s. So popularity does it, like Taylor Swift is pretty close or something like that. But you have to remember, like, there was a smaller class of celebrities in the 80s. You didn't have people who were like, I'm a streamer and all these different sports. And now you can have like micro celebrities in all different kinds of genres with all different kinds of size of audiences. It's very, very different. Celebrity is a thing that is much more available, but and still difficult to get, but it's not as difficult as it once was, and it is numerous ways in which it can be reached, and there's different levels of it. But that wasn't the case in the 80s. Like, you were either somebody who was on TV or you just fucking weren't. And obviously he was, pay-per-view or whatever, but the point I'm trying to make is even among that, like even in that very rarefied class of celebrity, he was like at the top of that. So like, Mike Tyson, and then dude, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, like he was so much bigger than I can even communicate to you. I don't even know if there's a fighter that big. Like, oh, how big is Conor McGregor? Not as big as Mike Tyson in the 80s. Not, and he's fucking big, but not like that. Not like that at all. Hey, welcome to the party, Cullen. Appreciate you, bro. All right. We're in round 6. I actually feel like Gabe Rosado is doing a pretty good job. I feel like he's doing an all right job. Let me turn this up a little bit. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, that was the big one for me. Michael says, first MMA fight I went to was Habib versus Iaquinta. It was supposed to be Habib versus Tony. The card I bought tickets for was not the one I went to. Yeah, I was at that one too. That was the one in at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. That was a crazy ass week. Remember, it was Habib Tony, then it was Habib Holloway, and then it ended up being Habib Iaquinta at the last second. Just a wild ass week. Wild. Blake says, I've been to Blades, Dawkins, Holloway, Allen, and Cannonier Imavov live. LOL. Can you explain why every crowd has the same voice lines? Wooing. Yep. Do people, American donks love to woo. They don't do that as much overseas. It's just, okay, it's not exclusively an American thing, but it's predominantly an American thing for those who care. All right. Round 6 coming to an end. It's a decent fight. It's just low stakes if you're an MMA fan. 2 more rounds left. There's Mike Perry. There he is. He's got his BKFC belt. Fuck yeah, Mike Perry. That is awesome. That is great. That is great. Look at him. Look at Mike. Mike's got a face tattoo. Tyron saying that Mike Perry used to text him saying, I'm coming for your belt. Good for Mike Perry, man. I don't know what's going to happen today, but it could be something. I guess we'll see. It's going to be bananas if he does it, right? It's going to be fucking bananas. All right, here we go. Okay. There we go. Right on time. Round 7, I believe. Yes? Round 7. Round 7 of 8. So we're almost done here. Let me put this out. We'll get to this in between rounds here for just a moment. Yeah, 8 rounds, not a problem. I feel like Woodley's pretty good on commentary, don't y'all? I like Woodley on commentary. He's got a bit of a low kind of it's not monotone, it's not quite right, but he talks a little golf like, but the quality of the info is high, super high. Ooh. Oh, Dude, Marksman's got some great combos. Jab right to the body, left upstairs, hands come down, waits a beat, and then goes back up top. It's nice work. It's nice work, man. Also, they talked earlier in the broadcast, like, they were saying Uriah Hall's like, oh, training boxing is easy. And then Ariel asked a good question, which was, if the training is so easy, then why do they keep losing? And of course, Woodley's response was great. It was, or correct anyway. It was that, well, listen, training boxing and fighting it is two different things. Yes, the injury load in training boxing, sparring, obviously you can get a little crazy, but just day-to-day training and boxing, it's exhausting, but it's not as like brutal on your like the you're not going to need an orthopedic surgeon as often. Obviously, you can get hand issues, you can get shoulder issues, things can happen. But in MMA, dude, the guys are just getting cut and torn this and ripped that and broken this. It's like the injuries are so overwhelming. Plus, the amount of volume you have to do just to make sure you're keeping up just wears everybody down. So the training is easier. The problem, of course, is that once you get to the fight, you're like, oh, fuck. These guys are harder to beat than I thought. Yeah, I mean, this fight is fine. Like, these two are going after each other. It's not super high level or anything like that, but it's an all right fight. It's an all right fight. 30 seconds left here in round number 7. Oh, dude, look at the delayed timing on what Marksman does. He took a double step, waited a second, and then went. Like in MMA, look, for example, the Drew Dober and then the Jean Silva spinning back elbow. Drew Dober ends up just like stepping super hard all the time into his shots. And so that's how he sets up the back elbow, right? Because you're just constantly stepping into it. Marksman stepped, got a reaction, waited, and then went. So it's all like you're building the timing in just the right kind of way. Like I love shit like that. I love watching guys do those kinds of things. So that to me is like one of the people ask, like, what do you like more, like MMA or boxing? Well, I like watching MMA more, but there are certain things from it that are really missing that boxers can do quite well. Zeal says, I've seen a bunch of great cards live, but my favorite in retrospect is being ringside when Graham KO'd Hari. Oh, with a rolling thunder. Oh, Jesus, the famous one. Favorite live moment is BJ coming out to Crazy. Awesome in person. God, how long ago was that? Thank you for the donation. That was a long time ago. Son says, LT, thank you for the years of quality work. Appreciate you. Going forward, is there anything that would cause the UFC to increase fighter pay? Legislation or a lawsuit. That is it. There ain't nothing else going to make them do it. Nothing. Over 155, under plus 110, 3.5 medals for Colombia. The Olympics, I'll take the over. Hold on. I'm going to be a little bit slow in this. All right, round 8. Round 8. Here we go. And these two are just swinging. Aguilar is kind of all over him. He's not as effective, but he's tenacious. Look, see if Marksman does the delayed timing again. When they clinch up, you won't see it, but when there's distance, watch him do it. Dot dot wait, got. Dot 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 wait, dot. Just it's a real subtle wait, but it's fucking awesome. Let's see. It has to be a distance. See, but Aguilar is wisely crowding him to avoid that kind of thing because he's getting tuned up when they do that. When he just stands in front of him and they're trading, he's getting eaten up. Yeah, it's smart by Aguilar to be all over him like this. Doesn't create for like a very exciting fight, but it's wise. Mm. Looks to me like Marksman's fading a little bit. Oh, this is good work from Aguilar. Minute and a half left. Let's see. Yeah, he's fading a little bit, Marksman. Dude, how bad is it going to be if Jake Paul loses for like his Mike Tyson prospects? Conversely, here's what you need to think about. Like, again, how realistic is it that Mike Perry wins tonight? Again, it would be amazing. No one can predict the future. It seems unlikely. All right. But let's say that Jake Paul gets like a thunderous KO and every one of us is like weeping about it. I actually feel like it's going to drive sales of his Mike Tyson fight. I know it's going to sound crazy. Netflix is going to promote the balls off of that, number one. And number two, like him, if he like thunderously KOs Mike Perry, people are going to like hate him even more, which means you would definitely want to see him on Netflix get his comeuppance against Mike. Or you might even say, oh, well, you know, Tyson can't deliver that. I honestly don't like see how it would hurt audience development or retention for a subsequent Mike Tyson fight. Conversely, if he loses to Perry, it puts the entire thing in jeopardy in a gigantic way. All right, 15 seconds here. Let's see if one of them points to the mat like Max Holloway. Nah. I mean, they're slugging. All right, that's that. All right. Okay. So I feel like the portion of the card that I cared the least about is now over. Ashton Sylve, who will be up next, is a legitimate prospect. The Amanda Serrano fight will be fun for as long as it lasts. I don't expect it to last very long. And then the main event. So this is where things should get interesting. Positing that Perry KOs Jake, what's another upset you would equate it to? I'd have to think about that one. It's a great question because you would. Let's be honest. If you're Jake Paul, why are you taking this? Well, the biggest reason would be so that you don't have a long layoff before fighting Mike Tyson. It's essentially a tune-up fight. Now, that might be unfair to Mike Perry. We shall see. But I think that's how Jake Paul conceives of it. So it's a tune-up fight. What's the last time a tune-up fight went awry? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Viagra Mancer. Over under Perry will use the end. Okay, that got me. That was fucking hilarious. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Probably not that high. I feel like he's kind of walked that back a little bit, right? He kind of realizes that was maybe a little bit too much. What a fucking sport. Oh my god. Dude, that was good. You popped me with that one. That was funny. That was fucking funny. Henry asks, hope your evening is going cool. What's up, man? If Ilia Topuria stops Holloway in the late rounds, should he move up and challenge Islam Makhachev? He probably will. Probably will try anyway. All right, let's see. All right, let's get to the scores here. Here we go. $76-76. Majority decision. Yes. Marksman. Marksman wins. I forget the other two scores. They were pretty close. Good win for him. It was a fine fight. There was nothing wrong with it. I just don't know why I was on this card, but it was a fine fight. Nothing bad about it. L, welcome to the party, friend. Brentendo. I've been to 2 live, 268 and Max Yair at the Apex. I actually feared for Max's health seeing the shots he took live. Also, I saw Ali smack Dennis at 268. There you go. That's a hell of a contest. Adam Rogers says, thoughts on Calvin Kattar's next fight? Who the hell is he fighting? Arnold Allen, right? That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight for both guys. I think Arnold Allen might have a little bit more in the tank, but that's a tough one. Michael says, chose to watch these fights at home along with the stream instead of going live, and honestly, I'm not regretting it. Hey, thank you, Michael. Thank you, my friend. Fucking thank you. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Son says, pick one to see live. Real winning the Champions League, Colombia winning World Cup, Tallahassee winning gold in weightlifting. Ooh, I'll rank them for you. Colombia winning World Cup would be like historic in ways that, I mean, Real Madrid's already won fucking 15 of those. You know, it's a little different. So I'd put Colombia 1. Tallahassee doesn't really have tough competition. So as much as I would want to see that, I would rank that 3. So I'd go Colombia, Real, Tallahassee. Although he looks banged up. Did you guys, if anybody who watches weightlifting, Lasha Tallahassee is a Georgian from the country, not the state. Weightlifter. He's the best weightlifter ever. And there's some debate about that, but he's basically the strongest weightlifter ever. And but his knees have been fucked up for a long time. And he put up 255 on the clean and jerk, which is not nothing, but it's not like people were hoping he would be able to get to like 275, and he was struggling on 255. So, I mean, understand something. 255 is like fucking ridiculous that he can even do that, but he's not where he's supposed to be in terms of expectation. Henry says, will you be watching Deadpool Wolverine in the theater? Probably. Thoughts on Captain America Brave New World with Anthony Mackie? From what I saw on the trailer, it looked pretty good. I did see that there was some kind of controversy about there being like an Israeli superhero. I don't know enough to comment about that, so I have to look into that. But from what I saw on the trailer, it looked pretty good. Pretty good. Top 3 fights you can make in boxing right now that you would want to be ringside. Great question. Tank Shakur, Tank Devin Haney, Tank Teofimo Lopez. Man, it's a great. You could just go those. Canelo, David Benavidez, Crawford Boots. I'm not sure how you would matchmake in a way. You'd have to have someone a little bit more experienced with some of these questions, because I'm not really sure who the best fight for him at 126 would be right now. But I mean, those are some great ones you could do right away. First and only MMA fight I went to was UFC 245, Usman Covington. It led me to finding your channel on Morning Combat. Hey, there we go. Fucking hey, let's do it. LT, do you believe in Joe Hendry? I'm not sure. Do I? Let's see. Scottish professional wrestler? Yeah, I don't know shit about him. Oh, does he look like me or some shit? Yeah, no, I don't know shit about him. All right, there's Ariel interviewing this donk. Taking his sponsors. Nobody cares. All right, well, he's giving a shout out to his dead grandmother. That's cool. I can appreciate that. Now I feel bad. Okay. All right. Now we're getting to the good portion of this card, or the part that I am quite interested in. This is where I'm excited. This is what I wanted to see. This is the part that I kind of care about here a little bit. All right. CompuBox totals 115 to 83 for Marksman. He threw 419 to 348 and landed 27%. Pretty good numbers. Nothing great. Fine fight. Fine fight. Nothing terrible about it. Nothing remarkable. All right. Ashton Sylve versus Lucas Bahdi. 2 decisions in. Let's see if Ashton Sylve can get the stoppage here. I think he could. It's a lightweight fight, so it's 130. We shall see. He's got some real ability. He seems like a prospect worth caring about, you know. All right. Very good. Let's see. Adam says, looking back, what is your view of your interview with Ali? I did some of what I wanted to do. I did not effectively do some other things that I wanted to do, but like, I'm mostly happy with it. Mostly, I think. It's tough. It's tough. I was able to ask a lot of questions that I wanted to ask. I just did not get to some of the other critical ones that I could have. But one thing that you got to appreciate is like Ariel, for example, when he does the MMA hour, like that's all he has to do. That I mean, I'm sure he has other stuff in the afternoon. But what I'm saying is he doesn't have a time limit. He can go as long as he wants. When I was hosting the MMA hour, I had a big problem. And my problem was at 3 p.m., I had to host my SiriusXM radio show uptown. So the Vox Media headquarters are in like Battery, or not quite Battery Park, but they're way the fuck downtown. So I could only host it from about noon to 2. 2 o'clock comes, I got to run to the subway. Subway takes me uptown. I get up there in like 15, 20 minutes, assuming there's no issue. Have to do a pre-show meeting with my producer, and then I'm on the air from 3 to 6. And there's nothing I can do about that. So the problem was I was just time constrained in a way where I'm like, well, I got to get this and I got to get this. And you have to make some editorial choices about what sneaks through and what doesn't. You know what I mean? So that ended up being a big limiting factor for me that in the end, you know, it wasn't great. That was not ideal, I think is the way I would put that. But in general, I got a lot of what I wanted out of it, if that makes sense at all. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see here. Boop. Let's see here. All right. Gonna set up this audio here. All right. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So looking back on it, could it have gone better than it did? Yes, of course. But you're just up against it. I was just up against it, man. There's only so much I could do, you know. Tank versus Haney. You're out of your mind. Haney dies. And Twister slap. Dude, I've heard so many good things about this movie. A buddy of mine went and was like, I guess there's like tornado, like fire tornadoes. I don't know. He said it was fucking awesome. So yeah, I definitely want to see that one just for the fun. LT, what's got you stressed out, bro? The media business is not healthy. It's not healthy. It's in rough shape. It's in really rough shape. I don't know if folks really understand. I see these like dumb fucking, I mean, the dumbest critiques of like why the MMA media business is in trouble. It's not just MMA media, it's all of media, but like in particular why. And the stupidest people on the internet are offering the loudest opinions. And I keep trying to explain this to people. If it was as simple as pivoting to a different ideological slant in order to make money, do you really think that corporations, which in the end, this is all they care about, and we're talking about corporate media, do you really believe they wouldn't do that in order to make money? Like, having worked at these places, let me fucking assure you they would. 1 billion %. If they thought they could actually make money doing that, they actually would. That's actually not the problem. The problem is that with very little with some exception, but in general, this is true. And by the way, it's affecting left and right leaning media almost equally, although for different reasons. Media itself is having a very difficult time making money. No one has really figured out as a model you can scale how to make money online. Again, New York Times has figured it out. They have some subscriptions, but they really make all their money off of gaming and like recipes and shit. That's where they make all their money. They don't actually make it from news. And so the only way to really make money in corporate media today, or at least modern media, is to dominate a platform, dominate YouTube, dominate TikTok, dominate Instagram, something like that. That's really where all the money is. But then you have to feed into the algorithm what it rewards, which ends up giving you really warped bullshit content. This is causing me great consternation about my future. Yeah, so there you go. That's just the reality. That's what's got me stressed. Spencer, got $5 on it for the over. Okay, Luke with the under for the N-word. You heard it here. Luke, unlikely. Pay up, Thomas. JK, thanks for the stream. Did he already drop it? I don't think he dropped it. Who is, by the way, Wade Plemons? Shots to Wade Plemons. I met him at the Tank versus Tank Davis, Frank Martin fight. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. Shouts to Wade Plemons. Hardworking guy. You know, rolls his sleeves up, gets to work, has a smile on his face, does good work on top of it. It's not like he just, tries hard. Like, he does try hard, but I'm saying, like, it actually is good in the end. I really like him. He seems like a really, really cool guy, So yeah, I see him on this broadcast. Shouts to Wade. He's a cool guy. KS, what's the best way to stay up to date on the UFC class action suit? Anyone in particular you'd recommend following in addition to yourself? John Nash. You should follow John Nash. John Nash would be a great guy to follow. Hey, not the face on Twitter. All right, let's see here. Here comes Ashton Sylve warming up in the background there. He's got that Tank Davis kind of like negative space tattoo. See that? What does it say? You know how Tank Davis has like Baltimore written across his back, which is kind of sick. I mean, he's the only person who could get a Baltimore tattoo and make it look cool. Eric says, my first UFC card I watched, UFC 82, Sylve versus Hendo. What? Did you cover that in person? No, that one I did not cover in person. What do you remember from it? I remember thinking Hendo was going to give him a much tougher fight than he did. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate you sticking around MMA for the time being. Yeah, thank you, dude. That's really appreciated. Thank you for the donation as well. Super cool of you, man. Jeeves says, and thank you for the donation as well. Saw UFC 285 live in the T-Mobile. Okay, very good. We'll fly to the UK tomorrow to watch 304. Shit. Hopefully the weird timing doesn't ruin it. Gonna be tough. Get your 5-hour energy out there. Gonna be tough. Luke, did you see the Jeannie Talia fight? I did not. For the college fund. Thank you, Stefan. Tuki appreciates it. I'll send her, I'll give her word that she is appreciated by the viewership here. How's that a fight to make? Do you want Haney to die? I don't think he would die, but I think it'd be a fun fight to make. Yeah, sure. YouTube user. All right, YouTube user. Michael Plaxico, thanks for being awesome. That is all. Yeah, thanks, bro. Appreciate you as well. All right, here we go. Ashton Sylve. This one I'm excited about. This one should be good. I like this kid. This kid's got a little moxie. All right. Adam says, first UFC fight was Conor Dustin 3. Holy shit. I was a big Conor fan, so super disappointed. Next one was going to Izzy Pereira in MSG, so it made up for it. That was fucking big, huh? Holy shit. All right. Chris says, appreciate you more than you'd ever know with getting through 3 hip surgeries in the last 3 years. God damn, only 25? Were you in a car accident or something? Felt mad at the world, and you've helped me look at things differently with rational thoughts. Whoa, dude. First of all, thank you for the donation. Second of all, sorry to hear you've gone all through that, but glad to hear you're persevering. Keep swinging the axe, friend. Keep doing it. All right, here comes Lucas Bahdi. He's wearing like leopard prints or jaguar prints or some shit. Got Canadian fans rooting for him. Oscar, welcome to the party. Tamo, welcome to the party. Aaron Smith, hello, Luke. Hello, Aaron. How are you? Sam says, I feel like everyone has stopped talking about how restrictive the Venom Reebok deals are for fighters' earning potential, all while the UFC continue to NASCAR the hell out of the octagon. Dude, like, you're right. No one talks about the Venom gear. Partly the Venom gear is better. That's a big part of it. Like, the Venom gear just wasn't a bunch of fuck-ups with people's names being misspelled and shit. But the other part is, like, dude, the fighters stopped caring. Why? I'm not saying why should we, in the sense that there's no reason to do that, but, like, they just don't give a fuck, man. Like, I don't even, you keep telling them, guys, I don't think this is, this doesn't make a lot of sense for your economic interest. And they'll yell at you. Like, all right, make less money, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. We don't want to be in a union. Okay. I don't know what to say. There's your nation's capital, boys and girls, right there. There's your nation's capital. Okay. Here comes Ashton Sylve. Please don't come out with a rapper who's just lip syncing. Look at these odds from DraftKings. Sylve to KO plus 175. That seems a good deal. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. I know you've been watching the Ghibli movies. Well, not Ghibli. I would recommend the movies Your Name, Weathering with You, and Suzume. Hope you enjoy. I'm sure I will. Giles Clayton. Welcome to the party, Giles. Glad to have you, bro. All right, here comes Sylve walking in. Oh yeah, Ariel's noting he's got the inside out kind of inspired stuff. Yeah, good thing he's not wearing Venom gear and has a little bit of personality. Boy, that would. I've never understood that. It's like here, this is the one part about the uniforms that I've never really understood. It's like I get why the UFC does it, right? Because they can control it and therefore they can sell it and they can make money off of it. But the reality is, and I guess they just don't care, right? This is like someone was asking earlier in the chat, what would it take for fighter pay to go up? The law forcing them. Here's how you know that because one of the things at the time I remarked when they switched to the Reebok thing, I was like, guys, if you just let them have this, you would offset a lot of the complaints about fighter pay. Guys would be getting in certain cases 6 or 7 figure deals with some of these companies to promote some of this stuff. Like, and you don't have to do that, and it's not a heavy lift. But the reality is, the UFC, like for the most part, their calculation appears to be not only do we make the money when we do the deal, we don't care if there's bad press from underpaying. Ballsy. Arthur says, I'm a former professional fighter on the regional scene, longtime listener. So impressed by your analytical and breakdown ability, even without ever competing yourself. Dan Hardy is a close second. Well, thank you, Arthur. I really try hard, man. I don't know if sometimes I feel like I'm shouting into the void, but I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Me versus BC in a fight. Guys, I'd beat BC within an inch of his fucking life, even at age 45. I mean, I'm not gonna. I love him, but yeah, I would beat him within an inch of his fucking life. What if we end up with Iron Mike versus Platinum Mike? Wouldn't hate it. Well, I still would hate that, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it. But fucking Mike Perry would be getting paid for that. All right, here we go. Round 1 coming up. Is the referee wearing latex gloves? Yes. Hey, look at that. They're not being cochino. All right. Silva's going to take his time. I don't expect a knockout early. I'm not sure if I expect a knockout at all, but let's see. Here we go. Boom. Mine's a little bit ahead. All right, round 1. Here we go. Ashton Sylve has good balance. Fast. Look at that already. A lot of times when you see guys bending over at the waist, you have to chase them with your rear hand. You can see he's already finding him chasing with the rear hand. It's that good awareness. Oh, great uppercut. Silva keeping that jab low. Or I say Sylvia. Sorry, Sylve. Excuse me. The E is silent. Sylve feinting. Great work. Backs him up. Gets him defensive. Yeah, he's either getting Bahdi to back up defensively where he can't counter, or he's making him go and then going after. Look how Sylve's fast. Good shot to the body there as well. Good double jab, right hand to the body. Bahdi, has he thrown shit yet? A little bit. Gets a jab through there. Bahdi, yada, 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 yada. Sylve just kind of testing reactions, opening him up here slowly. Again, look how he finds him with the right hand, chasing him down. Nice uppercut. Just missed a combination from Bahdi. Sylve getting good range already. Yeah, he's taking his time, but he should finish a guy like this. Should being the operative word. Bahdi not opening up too much to be available for dynamic punching, but you get the idea. There we are. Easy. Ashton Sylve round. Easy. Okay, we got this one already. Let's see. My first UFC fight live was GSP Serra 2. That's a great one. Then GSP Diaz, which was not a great fight. Then Jones Belfort, which is fine. And then Holloway Pettis, which was a weird one too. Because Pettis was trying to make 145 and it was terrible for him. Now I feel like I can't afford to go to an event. Yeah, they have changed the ticket prices, motherfucker. What do you think of Justin Hermuth? I don't know who this motherfucker is. Why is Rip Joe Rogan always in UFC presser chats? I don't know. Why do people do what they do? I don't know. All right, here we go. Seconds out. Here we go. All right. Boom. Round 2. That lead hand is low from Sylve. Now he brings it up. There we go. Overhand right to then sort of a scooping lead uppercut. It's a classic combination. Ooh. Oh, greets him with the overhand right. Kind of moved into a punch himself, but that was nice. Catch and shoot there from Sylve. How many people in this audience have lost more than $10,000 in crypto? What do you think? Like 90%? I will say the difference between this fight and the Diaz fight with Masvidal is that one was sponsored by a meme coin. This one is sponsored by Celsius. A little bit better. Ooh, good jab. Yeah, look at him. He jabs, gets the reaction, comes right over the top, lightning quick, just a little bit off on the accuracy. Come on, put a little more pressure on him. He shows him the right, doesn't throw it. Slips off to his left, comes over the top of the right. Bahdi's got some decent defense, but he just can't find an opening. He can't break through. Granted, we're only 2 rounds in. I'm just saying. Good defense from Sylve. You see it went right to the body, then brought the hand right back instead of rolling underneath. It looks like the guy who's like a ringside judge looks like Sebastian Gorka. Y'all see him right there in between the two? I'd say Sylve is like he's just trying to like take. He's kind of like waiting for Bahdi to throw. I think he should do a little bit more work to open him. That's better. That's better. Right hand to the body. Yeah, he's just a little too comfortable. Oh, that right hand just missed. Rolls under after the overhand right misses again. That's good work. Oh, right hand at the bell. Nice work. Yeah, I mean, this so far, this is target practice. I mean, that's a little strong, but you get the idea. Son says, Luke, LT, appreciate your honesty and vulnerability about what you've been through and go through. It's inspiring. LT and BC only fans if shit really goes sideways. Only pipes. I don't know how much of a market there is for butthole between two 45-year-old washed fucking losers, but hey, if it pays the bills. Adam says, I'm a Maryland native, Annapolis specifically. Annapolis is a great town. And I'm surrounded by Commanders fans. What's your excitement levels for Jaden Daniels? Go Ravens. Ravens are a better organization for sure. Excitement, I'm going to say at an 8. I'm not expecting the Super Bowl, but at 8, I think they can do. All right, seconds out. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Round 3 of 10. Would like to see Sylve pick it up here a little bit. You know, you go back to Crawford and Spence. Crawford took one round to kind of like, see what was up, test, blah, blah, blah. And then round 2 to what? Round 7? I think he got stopped in the 7th or whatever it was. Just fucking downhill the rest of the way. Took one round to size him up and was like, gotcha. Again, in person, the best performance I've ever seen of any combat athlete ever. Nice uppercut. Dude, Sylve's got great fucking trunk movement. If I would like to see Sylve open up the volume a little bit more, because I think he can get this guy out of here pretty quick. And that rear uppercut off the jab, the Povetkin style uppercut in between the punches, it's there. It's there. Mm. Oh, right hand gets through. Not a lot of pop on it, but it scored. Yeah, he's just trying to get that jab open, and then he's moving underneath it, to the side of it, outside of it, over the top of it. Come on, kid. Oh, that was nice. Overhand right, left hook. Put a little more. Let's go, dude. You're better than this guy. It's nice work. Curious to see what the power looks like in this fight. And so far, oh, as I say that, he stumbles him. That was a little bit off balance. Nice right hand. Good left to the body, too. Warns him to bring it up. Did you guys see Uriah Hall not wearing any groin protection? That was a little weird. Didn't really matter, but strange. Oh, he's timing him. He's splitting his timing constantly with that right hand. What is? Look at the sponsor in the ring post. What is Fansly? Is that another place to pay for butthole? Is that what that is? All right, round 3 is about to wrap up here. Sylve just waiting. Oh, that left hook. He's just waiting for them to open up, and then he's countering him right over the top or underneath his punches every single time. Every single one of these is the exact same thing. Chris Joyce, thank you, bro. What does that say? Thumbs up, pray, peace. Scumbuck says, as a slimy piece of shit pirate, I will gladly support your content. Hopefully you're not doing whippets in the Arby's parking lot with BC anytime soon. Dude, I haven't done whippets since I was like in high school. Those things are terrible for you. But you do get high as shit for like 10 seconds. Kay says, first event I watched as a kid was Liddell Couture 1. Wow. Saw Jones Reyes, Izzy Romero, Holloway Arnold in person. Pretty cool experiences with some historical fights. Sat on the floor all 3 times and sat with Israel's manager and family. That's cool. That's super cool. Fansley is apparently another OnlyFans. All right, duly noted. You want to see some butthole? You can get some. Here we are. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Round 4? Is that where we're at? Round 4? Yeah. Again, I would like to see Sylve pick it up here a little bit. Would like to see him pick it up. Bahdi's just not really much of an offensive threat. Like he's surviving defensively, I suppose, but he's not like putting together anything. That's a nice little overhand. Come on, dude. Step on the gas here a little bit. Switching stance, goes southpaw. Yeah, they're noting Bahdi doesn't have a whole lot. He just can't figure shit out. Come on, dude. All right, goes back to orthodox. Good shots to the body here from so if he just needs to put on a little bit more volume and he can close this show pretty quickly. You know, Bahdi is reasonably capable, I'd say, but offensively super overmatched. Look how static his feet are. Sylve back to southpaw, overhand left, misses. That left to the body, that's nice work. And another one, that's good work. More of that. Sylve, here, I'll say this for Sylve, he sees everything coming. Yeah, Gabe Rosado is killing this dude body. Shouts to Gabe Rosado. I love Gabe Rosado. Yeah, you can hear. Oh, nice left hand from Sylve. Again, dude. Every time Bahdi opens up, look at it. Every single time he opens to punch, he's getting countered. Every single time. There's no fates or fanks from him. A little bit. A little bit. He's not. Oh, nice. Oh, nice right uppercut. And you can see his corner telling him more, more, more. Yeah, sick. It's one-way traffic. One-way traffic. I would really like to see him put this shit away. 5-car train conductor. What does this mean? Like, what does this question mean? I have no idea. But I appreciate the donation. Thank you, just the same. BC's been texting me. Ah, interesting. BC sending me gossip. Sending me gossip. See, now we're doing dick jokes. I'll take your $2 though, but thank you. Oof. All right, here we go. Round 5. I forgot to get the round timer up. Doesn't really matter. I'll put it up for the next one. Round 5. Tyron Woodley been like, yeah, he's not cut, he's not hurt. He's taking a beating and he's not throwing back. You don't have to keep in MMA, it's like, does he have a pulse? Does he, does he still have a pint of blood left in his circulatory system? We don't need to ask questions like that. What we have to ask is, does this guy have a fucking hope? You can do mercy stoppages. You can do mercy stoppages in both sports, but you can especially do it in boxing, and especially at this level. If a guy is getting whooped up on, can't get anything going, he's the chance. Like, you can get a Hail Mary in MMA, makes it a little bit harder to have a mercy stoppage. But in boxing, if they can't get anything going, you can just stop it. Like, obviously, you don't want to be like crazy premature with it, but and I don't think we don't have to right now, but I can understand the corner and the referee being like, kind of need to pick up the pace here a little bit, my guy. Look at that. Right hand weaves under the other one. 133 left in the round. I mean, Sylve is just styling on him. I'd like to see. Oh, that's nice. I'd like to see Sylve do some guard peels. Right? Peel the guard down and then come over the top, or peel the guard down and then come through the middle. Glove and hand control, glove manipulation, hand control is actually Errol Spence is really good at that. You can see him do that all the time. Who was the guy in Japan today? Did you guys see him? It was very John Lineker-esque. He literally, with a right hand, punched the other guy's arm on the forearm to punch it away, and then came up the other side of it and hit him cleanly and dropped him. Fucking phenomenal punch. I forgot who that was. But that happened today in Japan on that Tenshin Nasukawa card and the Nakatani card. Sylve's just out here styling, but he's playing with his food. Come on, let's see some guard manipulation. Make him shell up and then peel. It looks like Bahdi's bleeding out of the nose now. I think he had been before, but it's a little more noticeable. Yeah, Sylve's playing a little too many fuck games here. There we go. Round 5's in the books. Do you remember the website MMA Fighter from the early 2000s? Yes. It was an incredible community. Your community is the closest I have found since then. Yes, I do remember that. FC Fighter was another one. There was a bunch of ones like that back in the day. Whale Dog. You guys don't even know about Whale Dog. Michael Strayer says, lowest moment as a fan, I was donk-faced drunk at the Johnson Moraga card in Washington, ran into Tim Means and congratulated him on winning a fight he'd lost about. Oh, Jesus, that sucks. Poor bastard, man. Hayden says, appreciate you calling out ESPN Plus on the trash app and streams. I annoyed myself with how much I would end up complaining about it. Yeah, I have an update coming. We shall see. I will make another video. I have to make an update. You'll see. RG says, hi, Luke. Not sure if you've been asked to address it or even pay attention, but what are your thoughts on the whole Kendrick Drake? I mean, guys, I don't really care that much. All right, here we go. I've never liked Drake. Like, I've never liked ever. I never when he got bodied by Pusha T, I was always like, yeah, obviously this guy fucking sucks. Like, well, yeah, of course. All right, round 6. Yeah, please, Ashton, get this shit going here, my friend. Let's see, buddy. Put some volume on this guy. There we go. Nice. Flurry of the combos. Let's see, bro. Takes an outside angle. Yeah, he's just moving all around on this guy. Look at him going touch, 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 and then switching the speed and then the power in between. So you go light touch, heavy touch, light touch, heavy touch. And then the timing is different because it goes dot, dot, dot. And then you speed up the combo, right? So you're changing the timing, you're changing the power, changing location, obviously. But come on, put this fucking guy away, dude. Body's nose is back to bleeding. Dude, this fight is gonna go late. This card is gonna go late. I have a feeling. All right, I'm starting to get annoyed. This should not be going. This fight could be over at almost any point. I realize that Body's a tough guy, but come on, my guy. You're a lot better than him. Visibly. That's good. Everything Body throws, he gets countered. Everything. Ooh. Ooh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He played too many fuck games and got countered and finished. That's what? Dude, Sylve was kicking his ass the entire fight and then played around, ate too many punches, ate a combination, and got finished. Are you shitting me? Oh my god. Bad knockout, too. He went face first. Dude, playing too many games, man. You let guys hang around, they can surprise you. You could not let him hang around like that. Dude, that is incredible. And his defense was better before. You can hear Gabriel talking about it before. I even mentioned it. He'd bring his hands back up. What was he doing this time? All that stuff, which you can do if you're really super slick. He paid for that. Are you shitting me? Wow. Dude, that's a painful learning lesson for that guy. You were much better than him, and you fucked around. Oops. That is dude, he was pitching a shutout. He hadn't lost anything. He had won every single round. I want to see that. I want to see that again. That is amazing. That is amazing. Mostly I'm happy that the fight's over because I was bored as shit with that. God, you cannot play. You cannot let fucking guys hang around. If you are better than them, put them away. I cannot wait to see this fucking replay. I cannot wait. Oh my god, look at that towel. That towel is covered in blood. Dude, he was trying to stunt on him, and careful with that. Let me see this. Let me see this. Dude, he wasn't landing shit the entire fight. He wasn't landing jack shit the entire fight. That's incredible. That's incredible. Wow. Congrats to him, man. Because he was getting tuned up. I won't say like a guitar because that would, a little Haney Garcia reminiscent, but he was getting tuned up. He was getting tuned up. That is shouts to him. Fucking resilient. Show me the goddamn replay. Tyron said he thought he won every round against Jake. That is definitely not how I remember it. Although the second fight sucked. It was super boring. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, Ashton Sylve is like a good prospect. That is a horrible loss. That is a fucking horrible loss. Really, really, really bad. Really bad. You can hear the Gabe Rosado's even saying it's like he was getting dominated. He was getting dominated. Body was getting crushed in this fight. Dude, you fuck around, man. It will get you. It will get you. That is crazy. Wife told me to quit yelling beautiful. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sylve's on the stool. That's good. Let me see the motherfucking. Here we go. Overhand right. Oh, the overhand right crushed him. 2 overhand rights and then the left. Oh, show it to me again. Show me how he set it up. Stepped in. Oh, he got countered off the jab. Sylve didn't even set it up. He didn't set up the jab. He steps in. He gets countered. Leans back. Look, gets countered. Countered. Left hand. Oh my God. He didn't set it up. He got countered. Dude, great. Great. Look, he just threw a lazy jab out there. Lazy jab. Didn't set it up. Boom. Boom, son. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, quite literally, don't let your guard down. Quite literally. Boom. That is crazy. That is crazy. Congrats to that dude. Wow. Unbelievable. What a fucking win. All right, let me get to some of these comments here. Canelo with the guard pull against Munguia. I don't know what that means. Oh, yes, he was manipulating the guard. Yes. Have you heard of the movie Long Legs? I have heard of it. I've not seen it. You might like it. It's worth seeing for the cinematography alone. Love your movie reviews. LOL. Thank you, Patrick. I'm definitely going to give it a look. I've heard about it. Christopher, did you hear anything about UFC antitrust trial this week? We're just waiting on the judge to get back with what some of his concerns are, basically. Though we were supposed to get an update on the settlement approval. Thoughts on how it all ends. I don't think they go to trial. I think they get a new approvement or a new settlement. But I didn't think we get to this part. SA says, thoughts on Pena with Anavar jawline ragging on Kayla for juicing. Also, you see recent uptick of Tito clips on social media. Dana comments on all. I have seen Dana commenting on some of those. I don't know what to make of. For whatever it is worth, Kayla Harrison has been more tested over the course of her athletic life than anyone else in the UFC by a wide margin. Again, Saul, what's up? Photography. Oh, that's Ant. What's up, Ant? With so many people still, why so many people still pretend that women's boxing and especially women's MMA isn't the drizzling shits? It is so sexist to judge 90% of it on a curve. Amanda Serrano is pretty good. I don't. Are people like saying that women's boxing is super awesome? I don't quite see that. And also, women's MMA right now is not great. Fucking hell. Thoughts on Casper stepping down from submission radio? We talked about this previously on the live chat. Like, he had to do it for health reasons and other career reasons. And I understand. Like, dude, it's hard to make money in this business. It's genuinely difficult. Did you see Mason Cameron's response to Shakur's Twitter rant? I did. Absolutely hilarious. A lot of N words. Speaking of which, Matthew, I can't put your thing on the screen. Don't. Let me just say this. I'll let like, hey, is Mike Perry going to do the N word joke? That's fine. We're not putting N word. I'm not putting N words on the screen or even like phonetic N words. If you're going to do that, you got to go. This is not Twitter. I'm not Elon Musk. I don't think it's awesome to let people just do and say fucking horrendous shit and say, this is free speech. Isn't this great? I don't like that shit. So if you want to do it, take it somewhere else. Alex says, was this equivalent to Colbert getting upset by Garcia? Ooh, I don't know what the odds are. Well, Rayo Valenzuela? Because I forget which one. It could be, yes, it could be similar to that one. Also, the Rayo one was kind of interesting and how the second of those two went. Pena is the spirit animal of every crazy ex-girlfriend. Okay, well, and I'm not sure. If you're divorced, I don't know how much we're allowed to take this as like informed criticism. James says, if there was a documentary made about fighter pay, do you think many fighters would agree to be interviewed? Yeah, and they'd probably tell you how great fighter pay is. Russell says, early thoughts on Boots versus Bud. Too early for Boots. Too early. All right, here's Bahdi. Yeah, he's saying I couldn't get to him. He's very quick. He's very twitchy. It was tough to find him. Couldn't get his legs under him. Look at this. Boom. 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 Dude, you want to talk about 3-piece and a motherfucking soda? Woo. Bop. Bop. Dude, look at this. He counters him off the jab, right? He counters him off the jab. So look, those lazy jab counters him, and then Sylve goes square with him. So he's square on the second right and then the left hand. So he counters off the jab, boom, he gets hit. Then he comes square to him and then gets hit right and left again. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, congrats to him, man. He earned it. He was getting whooped. He was getting whooped. Dude, a loss like that when you're 20 in boxing, ruinous is a strong word, but it can dramatically alter the course of how things could go. Like, he'll still win fights, he'll still do well, but his confidence could be shattered, his chin might be fucked. Promoters might be a little bit more risk averse on him, harder to promote now. Like, it can be really, like, a loss like this can be really fucking bad in boxing. He's right that he's got time to like repair it because he's 20, but dude, it's hard to take losses like this in boxing and like make big. Some guys can get back, but like it's tough. It's tough. Dude. That's crazy. Gets countered, goes square, gets hit. Bah. Ariel loves that he's from Canada. Man. That is amazing. Dude, upsets like that don't happen very often in boxing. Especially when a guy was like down on all. We haven't seen the judges' scorecards, but presumably down on all the judges' scorecards heading into that round and was losing that round. Ooh. You know what? If you're superstitious, Sylve is a Jake Paul guy, right? Bahdi was the B-side here. He was winning everything. He was the better boxer. He makes one mistake. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like all those Diaz cards where like Chris Aguilar would like fight first, like against Conor, and then he would get like leg kicked. You'd be like, oh, that kind of portends the future. I'm not superstitious, but if you are, there's a little something there. There's a little something there. Boom. Comes square, bop, bop. Oh my God, dude. Look at him he takes a step forward with the right foot. Bop, bop. Fucking brutal. Man. Yeah, that's a devastating loss, kid. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. That's a devastating loss. That's a devastating loss. 100%. Let's reset here for just a second. Let's reset for just a second if we can. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the party. So we got 2 fights left. We got the main and the co-main. Co-main, yeah, dude, look at this. Sylve, 101 punches landed to 39 for Lucas Bahdi, 249 thrown, 207. Dude, Ashton Sylve was landing 41% of his punches to 19% for Bahdi. More than double the other guy, and he got fucking wrecked in the end. Brutal game. Brutal game. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You want to get in on some of the live screen action here, you can get your comment put on as long as it's not incredibly racist. You can put it in the super chat. All right? Very good. And I appreciate everyone who's joining me. This will be fun. Now, this Amanda Serrano fight should not go very long. I realize that women's boxing is not like the highest priority for anybody here, but this is a squash match, if ever there was one. Let me turn this down because I don't feel like hearing this shit. Here we are. This one should not go long. Should not. Amanda Serrano should put the beat down on her. We shall see. All right, getting back to like the like best combat sports performance you've ever seen live. My first UFC was BJ Hughes 2, was the biggest BJ stand then, and BJ Penn was beating his ass, and then used octopus guard to take the back, and then tore his ribs in the process. That sucked. Warner, thank you so much. Pfeiffer versus Costa, Yuri versus Michelle Pereira. Which unlikely middleweight fight provides more entertainment? Yuri provides more entertainment. Yuri. I'll take Yuri on that one. All right. Okay. Main and co-main left. Going to be fun. Going to be good. Here we go. My prediction, Amanda Serrano should win. Again, if this one goes past 3 rounds, I'll honestly be surprised. It should not. It should not go past 3 rounds. This one should be straightforward and simple. That doesn't mean it will be, but it should be. By the way, I do like Celsius. All right. Serrano versus Morgan. Yeah, Morgan does not have any reps against anybody like this on any level at all. So we'll see. Sid says UFC should allow Alex Pineda to box Jake Paul. I guess you could do that. The right weight class. I guess you could do that. Yeah, but like, I'm not saying this would necessarily happen, but like, if Jake Paul won, it would break everyone's hearts in a dramatic way. I'm not saying that would happen, but I'm saying if it did happen, some of y'all would need a priest. All right, let's see what shit talking BC's doing. Oh, he stopped. He was shit talking some people on my text messages. I'll tell you what, that definitely happened. All right, let's get this co-main event going, y'all. Let's get it going. Let's get this moving. Let's do this. Looks like the crowd's pretty full. A buddy of mine lives in Tampa. I'll tell you what, Tampa and St. Pete, Florida in general, actually. I hate to admit this because Florida sucks. Good food. Good food down in Florida. All right, they're doing like DAZN ads and shit. How many of you are pirating this? Like 95% of you? How many of you are fucking pirating this? I mean, let's just be honest. Probably a shit ton, right? We're in this weird place now where people like want, like, it's not, there used to be a closer connection between a pay-per-view tanking because people didn't want to see it, and now a pay-per-view tanking because people want to see it, but they don't want to pay for it. That's hard to understand, but like before, you had to make a choice about like what your overall entertainment options were, and you had to buy like through your cable company, like through your fucking remote, through Comcast, through DirecTV, like whatever it was. And so how a pay-per-view performed, what was a function of the interest in it, right? But now that's not like totally the case. Like fights can be like capture the imagination of the fan base and then fucking like totally do poorly at the box office. I don't know if this one will or not. I'm just saying that what the fuck are they doing? Oh, they're just doing bits in the back room there. Jake Paul's doing bits in the back room. He does do annoying shit. Oh, now he's getting slapped by people. Yeah, I mean, I'm a 45-year-old man. I'll be 44, but this makes me want to. And there's a chicken that's loose. Yeah, you can miss me with this shit. Like I said, if you've lost money in crypto and your dad doesn't love you, that's probably a very funny ad. You know what I mean? All right, you got Tyron Woodley back there. Gabe Rosado. Gabe Rosado's got one of those awesome against Bektier, the bully. He has one of the best one-punch KOs. You ever seen that one, the Rosado KO on the bully? Look that one up, man, on Bektier. I forget I can't say his whole name, but Rosado, it was a huge upset at the time. I think they rematched and then Bektier won. Check out that one-punch KO from Gabe Rosado. I mean, he fucking hit him and he went face forward the whole way. Gabe Rosado can punch. What do you think? When do you think we get Serrano Taylor 2? Didn't they move it to the new Mike Tyson card? I know they had talked about like moving it off, but I thought that we were going to get it on that one. I don't want it under 2-minute rounds. I don't like this one tonight. I don't care if it's 2 minutes because it's a whatever fight, but like I don't want that one. That one should be 3-minute rounds. Nashline says, my only in-person fight was Taporia versus Emmett. That's a pretty good one. Such a beating. Too bad it was in Jacksonville. Jacksonville. If you want a sexually transmitted disease, I know just the place to go. Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, Florida. Stefan says, all fights are free, brother. You know this. Well, they don't have to be. They don't have to be. Yeah, dude, if you want to get an STD, Bourbon Street and like Jacksonville, Florida, plenty to go around. Plenty. Gabe Rosado. See, Gabe Rosado has that same sideburn tattoo. It's not the exact same one, but a similar kind of sideburn tattoo in terms of placement as Cody Garbrandt. Now he's got the sword over the eye, and Gabe Rosado has it here, but that same kind of thing. All right, there's Amanda Serrano warming up in the back. She should beat this woman to a pulp. This should be ugly. There's Tyron Woodley not wearing a tie. They're making everyone wear DAZN pins or like DAZN labeled clothing. That set looks kind of cool. Okay, guys, move the fucking broadcast along. I love Wade. Oh, here we go. Here comes Stevie Morgan. She's about to get her ass beat, I think. She says, I'm ready to go. So I had to do this with Glory, where you have to go back to like interview the fighters in their locker room, and I fucking hated doing it. And like one of the mistakes that I made when I first started doing the job was I thought that like Glory would communicate to these fighters that I was going to be there. Like, oh, he works for Glory. He'll be there to do these things. But it doesn't work that way. Like you have to go tell them, hey, Glory sent me down here. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but it was at that time. Hey, Glory sent me down here to do this. And you got like a camera crew and they got lights and shit. And sometimes like you get your bigger fighters, you know, and they wouldn't really care. You know, like a Rico wouldn't really care. But there's a lot of them they would get like real chippy with you and they didn't like it. And I understand it. I didn't like it either. I'm not here to bother you, you know. I never liked it. I didn't like doing it. That particular part of it where you're, you know. All right, here's the Ariel talking to Amanda Serrano. Serrano. Okay, it's 11:46. We're not going to get. I don't think that main event's going to start till like 1, right? Maybe a little bit before that, but not much. Okay, end this fucking interview, please. Jesus Christ. All right, we're back to the Gabe Rosado, Tyron Woodley, and then this woman, I don't know her name. She seems nice. I don't know who she is. They're asking Tyron Woodley if he feels the energy. Guys, move the fucking broadcast along, please. Oh, Hulk Hogan is there? A buddy of mine who lives in Tampa says, like, Ric Flair, you can see him drinking at bars all over town all the time. Like, it's not hard to find him. He's there. All right, co-main, Amanda Serrano versus Stevie Morgan. I know she's got a 14-1 and 13 KO. I don't think that that's going to hold up for her. Could be wrong. I don't think I will be. Let's see. Pros and cons, Spain versus Colombia. Well, I love Colombia, but Spain is incontestably first world, and only parts of Colombia are. It's the developing world. Spain's a lot safer. It's a lot older, and yeah, I mean they're both like diverse, biodiverse in certain ways. Colombia is going to be cheaper. It's going to be cheaper. Obviously, it's going to be the same time zone if you're or roughly the same time zone if you're in the United States. So it's just very culturally very distinct. But like Spain would be like nicer and safer if that matters to you. Hold on, my fucking mouse here is messed up. Here we go. Will Vox be mad if Ariel has a controversial guest? I think probably not, because they're entirely dependent on him for their success. I don't know what Ariel's next move is going to be. I don't know if he'll stay at Vox. I genuinely have no idea. Like, it's not like we talk on the phone all the time. Like when I see him, we're cool or whatever. But like, we don't talk very regularly or anything like that. I don't know if he's going to stay at Vox or not. But if he doesn't, then that site is in trouble. And I hate to say that because I got people there that I really like. There's good people there. A bunch of people there. Mike Heck, Jed Michoud, Casey Leiden, Sean Oshadi, Guillermo Cruz. Like there's a bunch of like, great, and then more. There's Damon Martin. Like there's a bunch of great people who work on staff there. But if he leaves, he takes the engine of everything that makes that site work with him. So he can get away with a lot. Not that he has like weirdos on or whatever beyond what the normal scope of weirdos are, but if he leaves, that site's in trouble. Nick writes, did Iraq August 07 to November 08 post-deployment leaves my team did Rashad versus Forrest. Was Green... Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're writing here. Was Green due to decompression after a rough deployment? Well, I'll just say thank you for your service and the donation. I don't know exactly what you mean, but thank you. Sickest fight poster you've ever seen. Pride Open Weight Grand Prix with the sperm cells. You ever seen that one? I'll see if I can pull that one up. Hang on. Let me see if I can get that one. Pride Open Weight Grand Prix poster. Here it is. Let me see here. This was an open weight tournament. Let me upload this and I'll show it to you. Here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. Okay, that should work better. Let's try that. Here. All right, check this out. Your mileage may vary, but I think this is cool as shit. That's just fucking so rad. You don't see any of the actual fighters on there. And it's got the one over the, what is it, 60? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have my fucking glasses. I can't see shit, but you get the idea. How fucking awesome is this? 3, 1, 2. I can't see shit. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, was it 600 million? I guess I'm having a hard time seeing. This is just such a fucking amazing fight poster. I love this fight poster. I think it's so fucking cool. And they're all of them trying to be the one that fertilizes the egg. That is just so fucking different, so cool, so memorable. That is all. Everything is like, face off and bold colors and big lighting and and this was none of that. Like completely different. And it's open weight. I just think that's just one of the best fight posters I've ever seen. All right, here comes Amanda Serrano. Yeah, Morgan by decision is plus 4,000. Seems unlikely. All right. Here's Ant. I have 10 years of MMAF stats. They're fucked with that aerial. Yeah, I would imagine. I think they're in trouble. Not to sound like BC talking about strawweights, but Amanda Serrano is a dime. All right. Well, someone's horny. Hey, everybody. Alex is horny. Did you guys see the dude who shot Trump? Like, one of the last things he did on his phone was search for pornography. I'm like, my man went out horny. This guy fucking went out horny. That's a hell of a day. I'm gonna look at pornography. I'm going to attempt a political assassination and get murdered, or not, murdered, but killed essentially. Weird guy. Weird guy. Viagramancer. What rating do you give that electric pipe from BC? I don't know what you're referring to. Not sure if it's because I'm washed at 32 or it's all extra BS, but I miss when I first started watching fights. I'm fighting myself to stay awake. It is you getting older. Very normal. Adam Rogers says, Rishad Mahdi, MMA prodigy. Now he's a boxer and fought Haney and Garcia in the amateurs. He's only a boxer who could be super successful in UFC. Search him. All right. I will do so. Appreciate the heads up. Are injuries the reason you no longer do BJJ? Will you ever train boxing again? I'll never train boxing again. I've toyed with the idea of going back to jiu-jitsu, but injuries, and then also like after my daughter was born in middle of 2019, and then the pandemic hit soon thereafter, and so I just have not gone back since. But I'm 44. Like, I don't know. I've toyed with the idea. I've toyed with it, but I don't know. Chaz writes, here, have a beer for, again, being explicit, outspoken, and pushing back on the bigots and edgelords. Shit like that, plus suffrage was bad discourse basically killed my MMA fandom. Dude, I get emails every week from people saying shit like that, and then they don't watch the sport anymore because of it. It happens constantly. I don't want any part. Like, you can do all your edgelord shit somewhere else. It's not humorous to me. Have you ever considered streaming on Twitch, or is YouTube better for your growth and brand? So I have a Twitch channel. I just don't use it. I don't know how to monetize it. All right, here's Matthew. UFC 3 main and co-main predictions. So main event, I'll say Tom Aspinall via KO. Oh, that's co-main, excuse me. And then main, I'll say, I think Leon via decision. I think, right? All right, here we go. Hey, the referee's wearing gloves. This is great. All right. Here we go. I don't think Serrano's going to finish her in the first or the second, but by the third, they should call this one. This is a mismatch. All right, here we go. Southpaw orthodox, so watch out for potential headbutts. Look at the Jordans on Serrano. Dude, Serrano is going to eat this woman alive. This should not go long. What did I tell you? This is not going to go long. This is not going to go long. You are leaving openings that you don't know are there. And she's closing her eyes already. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Look at her coming square. Serrano with a bit of a collar tie there. Oh, and she's up against the ropes and she's not even moving. What the fuck? Yeah, dude, this is a mismatch. Referee needs to take a close look. Not to say to stop it right this instant, but like however long this goes. Oh, it's 2-minute rounds. I forgot. So shave off a minute from this. I forgot to get a different clock because the women's boxing game has stupid ass rules. Oof. Dude, look at her head. It is straight up and down. Oh my God, this girl is terrible. Oh my God. Amanda's just walking into her. Dude, this is fucking stupid. Why is this fight on the card? I knew this was going to be bad, but Christ, that's even worse than I thought. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. He's referring to the flower vape because BC gave you on the the Mike Tyson one. Yeah, so it's at one of those vapes where you can actually put marijuana flower into it. It works fine. It's not as cool as he said it was, but it's definitely cool. It works well. All right, here we go. Round 2. Again, shave a minute off of this. Guys, I didn't get a special round timer, so I have no idea. You know what I mean? Seconds out. Here we go. Let's do it. All right. Hopefully, this stupid fight doesn't go very long. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is dumb. Serrano is just in her grill, man. Yeah, dude, this fight doesn't need to go on. This is dumb. Yeah, exactly. The ref waves it. This is stupid. what a gigantic waste of time. Well, you know what? I'll say this. Didn't take up too much time. All we have left is the main event. Hey, look at that. All right. All right. I mean, that was ridiculous. That girl had no fucking business being there. None. Zero. Florida was like, yeah, fuck it. We'll make this fight for no good reason. Jesus. What a stupid fight. It was too easy. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was dumb as shit. I mean, I'm glad it's over, but it was dumb as shit. Dude, Florida will straight up sanction anything. I mean, they don't give a fuck. That was that fight should not have been made. That fight should not have been made. That referee was wise. That was a good stoppage by the referee. I know you might be like, oh, she wasn't like back to Tyron Woodley's point, like, oh, she's, she hasn't taken a tremendous beating. Let's save her from that. She is in no position. Okay. Shouts to Lucas Bahdi. He recovered one. Okay, fair enough. That is very much the exception to the standard rule in boxing. This was a perfectly fine stoppage. No problems with it at all. Jackson says, disheartened by the latest discussion surrounding MMA and CTE. The talk of MMA being safer than boxing long term was elite level coping by us, wasn't it? There is some truth to it. But it's overstated in the sense that the outcomes are all still bad. What's in your music rotation these days? I'll tell you what, you know what I'm listening to a lot these days? Is Fat Trell. Fat Trell, son. You forgot Spain's treatment of Vinny. Buddy, he was asking for differences between Colombia and Spain. Racism is alive and well in both. Juan says, Luke, I hate to belabor the point, but I've heard you say that if you could live anywhere, you choose Spain. And I'd like to know the reason why. Because they know how to live. The food is delicious. The lifestyle is easy. Family is important. The scenery is incredible. The history is almost unmatched. The architecture is beautiful. The culture is rich. The places to see are incredible. The infrastructure is high level. The standard of living is high level. There is universal health care. There is free, or not free, but very affordable colleges that are all very good. Like, why the fuck would you not want to live there? If you could. Like, why would you not want to do that? It has everything you could possibly need and then some. My best friend just moved there. He's an American guy. His wife is Peruvian. They just moved there. And they're like, we don't want to have to worry about our kid getting shot in school. We don't want to have to worry about how we're going to afford to pay for college. And he's an attorney. We don't want to have to figure out how we're going to like pay better medical bills when we get older. Like we don't want to have to do these kinds of things. And also they moved to Barcelona, or not in the city, but like, 45 minutes outside, like a little suburb area. They want a nice, comfortable life. Like I get that. I completely understand that. Thoughts on Nick's travel issues in the Luque fight? I don't know how real those were. I'll just say, if he didn't want to fight there, it's probably good that he didn't. How do fights like this get sanctioned? Holy shit! Yeah, Florida. Did you see Nate's Jordans from the Jorge fight? I guess I don't remember that. Here's $50 from Florida. Never again say Taporia beats Max. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But thank you. Very generous. I appreciate you. Alex says, holy shit, that was ridiculous. Hey, what a stupid ass fight. What a total waste of time. Jean or Jean says, who has Paul versus Perry over 6.5 rounds? Ooh. I'll take the over on that. I'd take the over on that. I don't know what the odds are, but I'd take the over on that. Thoughts on Eminem's new album, top 3 albums so far? I listened to a few songs. A couple of them were pretty good. What was the one that I heard? I don't remember the name. There's a couple of them on there that were all right. But Eminem's like, I don't know. He's got great wordplay. A lot of his work is like totally self-referential and wordplay without an interesting message. So here's Amanda Serrano getting interviewed by Ariel, taking a fight that should never have happened. Hey, let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here. Consider becoming a member. If you do, you get videos that I don't post anywhere else, and you get to contribute to the live chat on Thursdays for free. So you get some clear benefits. Huh? Clear benefits. Yeah, this was a stay busy fight. Like, did you learn anything about Serrano from this as it pertains to fighting Katie Taylor again? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Why do you wear shoes inside your house? Isn't that unsanitary? There is a debate over that. First of all, I actually don't wear shoes in my house, but there is a debate about that, about actually how unsanitary that is. But I actually take my shoes off. I mean, I have shoes that I wear in the house at times, but they're not the shoes that I wear like outside then back in. When I take my shoes off at the front. But there is mixed reviews on that. What was the beef between you and Ariel? All good? Yeah. There was just I can't get into it anymore. There was I'm the only other person who's ever hosted the MMA Hour. And by the way, I wanted to change the name. Vox wouldn't let us. I mean, it's just any number of different problems. And there was a lot of friction when he was over at ESPN. And they wanted me to go head to head with him, which has created so much difficulty for me. But we talked about it. We worked it out. So yeah, me and Ariel are great. Like, we're fine. We're good. Alan W says, also from Florida, Knowles suck. Enjoy another steak. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has donated both your time and your money. I greatly appreciate it, you guys. Can't tell you how much it means. I really, really appreciate it. I like doing these with you guys. I really do. I mean that sincerely. Nick, thank you. Welcome to the party. Balls ISIS. Welcome to the party. Marcus says, would Max be the GOAT if he stopped Ilya? Then at 55 stopped Islam. He got too many losses to be the GOAT, but that would be ridiculous. I mean, it's very unlikely what you're talking about, to do both of those things, to then award Dustin a rematch for the belt and stops him. And okay, well, if he did all three of those things, we're talking about one of the most miraculous turnarounds in combat sports history. So let's see him do it first. Luis says Trump 2024. I mean, he might win. He's looking good in the polls, much to my chagrin, but he certainly is looking good in the polls. Matthew says, bring back your own MMA beat, UBC and Chuck. Nah, dude, I don't want to do vestigial organs of my life at MMA fighting. I don't want to do that. I wanted to turn the page. I want to go do something, which Morning Combat was that, like moving away from that shit. I was tired of being associated with them. All right. Well, that fight was dumb as shit. Can we get to this main event? Fansly, for people who want to pay for the butthole pictures of ordinary women. Hey, how much straight up pornography is there for like are female MMA fighters doing straight up pornography on their OnlyFans? I mean, I realize that pornography takes place on OnlyFans, but like, are they doing like suggestive photo shoots? Are they doing like nude photos? Are they doing just like straight up triple X hardcore pornography? Like, what's the story there for you degenerates out there who pay for this? I would be curious to know. Pizza or fried chicken? I'm going to order one. Pizza, bro. Pizza. Fried chicken sucks the next day. Pizza doesn't. Sid says, do you know any other people with political views similar to yours in the UFC MMA world? Oh, yeah. They just don't tell anybody about it because they don't want to get fucking dogpiled by the world. If you express views similar to mine on Twitter, then like imagine the reason why women would carry like bear spray or pepper spray, right? Think about that. Like, what would the reason be that why a woman would carry that? Now imagine turning that into a personality. Those people will dogpile you. They're not making arguments. They're just dogpiling you. So other people see this and they don't want to deal with the rigmarole of it, which I understand. I've dialed it back for that reason too. Like you're inviting the world's dumbest motherfuckers to your doorstep every single time when you like, hey, I think gay people are human. What the fuck did you say? You know? So, but yeah, like they reach out to me privately all the time, all the fucking time. Now it's not it is what you would imagine, which is like the vast majority of people are not that way. But they definitely exist. They definitely exist. Trust me, they exist. Do you feel out of place? Bitch, I've been out of place since day one. This is not a sport that ever rolled out the red carpet for me. Never happened. There's never been a fucking day where they rolled out the red carpet for me. Ant used to work at UFC. You can ask Ant how the UFC used to feel about me. It still does. Like PFL, same thing. Bellator, same thing. Promoters, man, like it's never been a sport that rolled out the red carpet. I'm not waiting for your motherfucking invites. I'm here because I want to be here. Fuck you if you don't like it. Not you, sir. I don't mean you, Sid. I'm saying the proverbial you. I want to be clear about that. Sorry about that. Tony says, if Paul quits on the stool, what would it do for both? Oh, good question. That'd be real bad for Paul. That'd be real bad for Paul. It'd be a rematch. They would do a rematch. Thoughts on the importance of chasing your passion? You should be realistic about it. I keep saying this to people. I don't think you should ever imagine, like, you should never think about your life as chasing your passion. That's a bad idea. What you should do is get good at something and then build a career around that. Now, that may not be your passion, in which case you're not pursuing it. But if you build a skill and you put your passion into building that skill, that will carry you forward. But like, oh, I want to be an actor. Are you any fucking good? Well, I'll get good when I go to LA. Don't go to LA. Don't do that. Get good at something. Everybody in the world wants attention. Everybody in the world wants a camera. Everybody in the world wants a microphone. Guilty as charged. Everybody in the world wants to be rewarded and congratulated and be patted on the back. And everybody wants all those things. Get good at something first and then follow that. If you had to pick a current or former MMA welterweight to box and without question beat Jake Paul, who would you pick? Current Jack. Ooh, that's a good question. Let me think about that. A current or former MMA welterweight. So you're asking, like, would prime Robbie Lawler beat him? Jack Della Maddalena. Would Prime GSP beat him? Would Prime Pat Miletich? No. Matt Hughes? No. BJ Penn technically fought at welterweight. Yeah, you're asking a question like that. Like, would one of those guys do that? I don't know. What about to win via KO? I don't know if any of those guys are going to KO him. Remember, Jake is like 200. Dude, Jake had to cut to make 200 in this fucking fight. Yeah, I think maybe Prime. Not even Prime GSP. Like, he's well rounded. Like, he's not. I don't know. I don't know if there are. Candidly, I don't know if there are. Juan says, you forgot to mention Spain's unmatched nightlife. There you go. Well, I mean, I'm old now, so that doesn't matter. But yes, their clubbing and their nightlife is ridiculous too. Lukewarm spelling on the poll, Mr. Grammar. Did I fuck it up? If so, it's okay to kill me. It's quite all right. I accept the L. Thank you for holding me to account. We have principles around here. Sam, heard you can donate to Luke Thomas to make the main event start sooner. Hope it works. I'm ready for bed. This is the dude who's my trainer. This is my trainer. Sam is the man. If you guys don't know Sam, hit him up on Instagram. He will get you going in the right direction. Let me tell you, I'm a piece of work. It's taken quite some time to round some corners, but Sam is the man. Hey, Sam, if we have a call at 9 a.m. tomorrow and I have to go to bed late, maybe let me do like 9:30 or something. You can text me in the morning. We'll see how it goes. All right. Does Conor fight in December? I think he does, actually, yes. Why are so many athletes right-leaning soccer MMA? I don't know. I don't know quite the answer to that. I mean, a lot of these guys are like sort of believe in the power of self to a degree, and I think that partly aligns with it. But beyond that, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. Will Khabib be as effective if MMA were in a ring or open ground rather than a cage? No. Is MMA not done in the ring? Why is MMA? It used to be. The commissions just really hated it. It's actually safer because guys get falling out or they get wrapped up in the ropes. It's actually just more hazardous or like an impediment to continuous action. To do it in the rope, it can be done. You've seen guys do it. The boxing ring has to be bigger than if you look at the Pride ring, it's much bigger than a traditional boxing ring. It was actually a really big ring, so it can be done, but it is cumbersome. And I think that there's just a certain fluidity that the cage brings, believe it or not. I don't know how to pronounce this name, so I'm gonna say the last one. Daily. Appreciating technical difficulties and the edgelord slapdowns. On a musical note, have you checked out Armin? The dude who's the cannibal dude? If not, start with Dead Cars featuring R.A.P. Ferreira. Long may you sail. I don't know who these people are, but I'll make a note of this. I'm going to take a screenshot here. All right, there we are. All right, Jake Paul's back there getting interviewed by Ariel. He's got a sweat going. There's Logan Paul. They're doing some odd couple bit. Okay, guys, it's 12:17 at night. I mean, let's move this motherfucker along, shall we? Underdogs. Will Paul Tyson still be the first live combat sports event on Netflix? Yes. Yes. Even though the fight is a joke, do you think being first has significance? Absolutely. I don't like the fight, but Netflix has nearly 300 million worldwide subscribers, vastly more than anyone, including Amazon. It's a big fucking deal. Henry asks, what is most likely to happen first for the U.S.? A president from the Independent or Green Party or the first female president? First female would be much more likely. Much more likely. Like I said before, dude, if you look at Nikki Haley's polling numbers versus Biden, she would smoke him like a fucking cigar. Nashline says, do you think Tyson has any contractually guaranteed money in the event that Paul loses in a way that would negatively affect their fight? I doubt it. No. Alan W. No hydration clause. Anthony Johnson beats Jake. Okay, but he struggled to get to 170. I mean, I know what you mean, no hydration clause, but even then, he took a lot out of him. Took a lot out of him. Updates on the Habib situation. Is he or his team in trouble? I don't know any more than you do. I've been waiting. I wait for other people who know the Russian market to report. I have no insight beyond what the news reports about him. Did you watch the UFC muted on Conor Habib? I did. Dude, Habib talks that shit, bro. He talks that shit. Check out the death metal band Tribal Gaze. All right. Tribal Gaze, duly noted. Denzel Curry's work. Love his new album. Okay. Are you surprised Jake is still doing boxing? Dude, I thought this whole thing would have fizzled out by now for sure. All right, there's Wade talking to old Mike Perry. Mike Perry looks like he is ready for fucking blood. I'm pissed off. I'm ready to go. There's Malky Kawa in the background flexing. When Mike was on the show, I was like, it's hard to hold on to the anger like the more you get successful. Like, and if that's the thing that powers you, anger, and you lose it over time, it's hard to have success long term. I've seen this with fighters for years. And he was like, I don't know, I got a lot of anger. I was like, okay, that's a fucking great response though. Can a boxer beat an MMA fighter in a bar fight? Sure they can. In the last season of The Boys. I talked to my wife about it last night. We're going to watch it, but she's been away on work and I haven't picked it up. But we're going to watch it. Like I'm going on vacation in a couple of weeks. We'll watch it then. I'll watch it then. Johnny says, just want to say I appreciate you for putting me on to Sean Price. That East Coast hip hop sound is right up my alley. Dude, Sean Price, boot camp's best. Give me a number 2 pencil. Watch me take the test. Shake your set. Break your neck. Competitors flee. Who the fuck rhyme better than me? Nobody. Come on. Hard to beat that. I mean, not me doing it, but, There's Jake Paul sitting like a goober in the back. All right. All right. They're going to run the promo package now. All right. So official prediction. Does it go to a decision? Let me think about that. Mike Perry is hittable, but he's tough. I'll say it does go. Mike Perry's tough as shit, but I'll say that it does go. Sid says the fact that this Disney kid trained enough to have the have balls to go against these killers, even in the boxing ring, is certainly commendable. Dude, he has surprised me. This guy has surprised me. I remember when Logan Paul did that KSI boxing match, and I was like, wow, it was a really terrible match. And then Jake Paul had like the WBC had made him some replica belt for like a prelim fight on the undercard on that one. And he had grills in his mouth. And I'm like, who is this fucking jabroni? And, it's still not my cup of tea. Like, we don't like the same things, I'm guessing, which is fine. Like, I don't think the things that I like are especially cool, but they're the things that I like and whatever. Everyone's different. But the fact that he is still here doing this, and again, dude, these MMA fighters are chomping at the fucking bit to go get mollywopped by him is kind of amazing. I did not foresee it having this kind of longevity. Not in a million years. Marcus says, going to Vegas on 8/3 for the 32nd birthday. Can we do a Stay Frosty parlay for shits and grins? Who are your main card picks if we hit? Money goes to the super chat. I'd take. I don't know who's on the fucking card. Let me see. I know it's Corey Sandhagen. I don't mean, but you're asking for a parlay. All right, let's see. All right, so on that card, I'll take. Okay, I'm just gonna give you. You can just make a parlay out of this however you want. I'll take Chiesa. I'll take. I'll take. I'll take Godinez. I'll take Figueiredo. I'll take Bullet Magomedov, and then I'll take Corey Sandhagen. You can use that however you want. By the way, my picks are no good. How about Eloy Casagrande on Slipknot? I haven't heard Slipknot in so long. I do like some of their stuff, but I haven't heard it. I can't commit to memory like what that is, or recall, I should say. Hello from Vancouver. I hate it here. Big fan. Hey, I heard Vancouver's fucking awesome. Jeeves says, since Jake is 200 pounds now, how does he match up with current Alex Pereira? I think he might be more competitive than you guys might imagine, which is, I'm not saying he would win, but he might be more. I mean, the dude is like, he doesn't do anything but box. You kind of got to respect that a little bit. Any advice on time management for a 24-year-old guy running a startup while also starting a full-time job? I feel like I'm drowning. I have no clue, buddy, how to help you. I wish I could. Okay, here we go. Okay, he's coming out the Thuggish Ruggish Bone, which is fucking awesome. Or the music is Thuggish Ruggish Bone. I don't know if it's because he's from Cleveland. Remember St. Clair Thugs? That's who those guys are. So that's pretty cool. Bitch, you know me as a hustler. So Perry's going to walk out first, right? That's going to be the order. Let's see here. Here he is. Damn, he's got his wife. She's got the gloves on and she's carrying, I don't know if it was like the padding or the end swell. That's fucking odd. Dude, Mike Perry is one of a kind, bro. One of a kind. Here comes Mike. Dude, good for Mike Perry that he got here, man. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what to expect when he left the UFC. He has really done well for himself. Come on, Mike. Let's walk to the fucking ring. There's Abraham Kawa and then Melky Kawa in the back over his shoulders, respectively, there. Why are they not walking? Fucking walk. Let's see it, boys. A lot of beards in this crowd, huh? Here we go. Finally, Jesus. All right, here comes Mike Perry walking with a fucking purpose. Listen, boys and girls, he's not supposed to win. We should temper our enthusiasm at least a little bit. He's not supposed to win. He might pull it off. I make 15 grand a month after tax. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good. You're doing all right. Does your wife like to watch Mexican or Colombian soap operas? She actually likes to watch Spanish soap operas, like from Spain. Elite is like one of her favorite ones. You guys know Elite? Elite? The word elite. They say Elite. Have you heard of the series El Señor de los Cielos? I've not. On Telemundo, your thoughts on Mexican or Colombian cinema? I don't know. The only ones I've seen from either one of them are very celebrated works, like Amores Perros. And then there's a Colombian movie called Paraíso Travel, which is like John Leguizamo's in that one. It's incredible. But I don't know much about either like country's cinema scene. Good question here. How much is Perry getting paid tonight? Well, Florida no longer disclosed his pay, so we don't know. But I'm gonna. Oh, look at my Jake Paul with the getup, like the gladiator getup. It's also a bit of a gimp mask, right? It's a little bit of a gimp mask, like bring out the gimp. This is what I mean, dude. Like, listen, the guy's a bit of a goofball, you know, and he couldn't beat a real boxer, I think, to save his life, but he's got a gimmick. He's got a gimmick. He puts on a show. He's got an armor-plated vest or an armored or a medieval. It's not chainmail, but it's like a plated thing there. They're saying it's a sellout in Tampa. All right, let's get the fucking walkout going. Here we go. They got Joe Martinez on the announcer or the the announcer. He is my favorite in all of combat. Well, maybe Jimmy Lennon Jr. is my favorite, but he's right behind him. Oh my God, more montages. Jesus Christ, guys, get to the fucking point. Good Lord. Annoying. Paul is going to sleep Perry less than 5. It's probably a safe bet. Let's fucking go, Scotland. Yes, indeed. Hawk Tua girl in the crowd. I bet there's a few Hawk Tua girls in that crowd. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of marriage material, but some other kind. Oop, here we go. Shavkat Rakhmonov reminds me of how Genghis Khan and his Mongol army warriors would have looked like total killers. He looks the part, certainly. Underdog says, bad times for the Diaz bros. Hope Nate gets paid. Yeah, dude. Fucking hell, man. I saw people dunking on him. I'm like, dude, if you're the victim of again, these are all allegations, but if you were the victim of a crime, how the fuck are you dunking on the guy getting scammed? Like, he had his lawyers get a letter from these people, allegedly, from Fanmio, saying that the money had been set aside. I mean, you know. Oh, here he comes. Jake Paul and like a chariot. He's promoting the fuck out of his like body deodorant or whatever the hell that stuff is. Amores Perros was amazing. I also strongly recommend Y Tu Mama Tambien in Amarte Duele. I mean, he's a showman. I mean, he might be a goober, but he's a showman. Also, that mask, like, it's semi-Gladiator, semi-MF Doom, semi-Bring Out the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. All right, Ariel saying it's going to go the distance. The other two don't think it will. I wonder if he loses, is he going to do the Deontay Wilder bit? Like, yo, my costume was so heavy that I lost my legs. Remember that? And what was it? What was that? Was that the second Wilder, the second Fury fight? Remember that whole bit? Dude, Mike Perry is not intimidated by that shit even a little bit. All right, they're both in the fucking ring finally. Christ on crutches. You ever see Jake Paul's Disney Channel stuff? Why the fuck would I go and watch that? I'm a grown man. Why the fuck would I watch that? Is Jake's armor gonna? There you go. Yeah, exact same thing I just thought about. Exact same thing, Mike. Great minds think alike. Do you consider yourself a celebrity? Fuck no. Fuck no. I get recognized in public. That doesn't mean I'm a celebrity. MF Doom would be so pissed. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. All caps. All right. Listen, we got two people who don't box boxing in Florida. I'm going to hit a vape. Cheers, everybody. Your judges: Tina Griffith, Ephraim LeBron, James O'Connor. Christopher Young. Look at how much the ring is shaking. Are you ready? All right, here we go. I will say Nate coming out to the Mike Tyson thing was dope. Super dope. Mike Perry with the BKFC belt. I respect it. I respect it. I respect the hell out of that. Someone says, Cuando acecha la maldad? When Evil Lurks is a great Argentinian horror movie. Okay. Acecha la maldad. Cheers with the weed vape. Those things are bad for your lungs. Like these are too, obviously, but use in moderation. Okay. 9-1, 6 KOs, fighting out of Dorado, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. The fact that he has different color box gloves always puts me on mega tilt, but what are you going to do? All right, here we go. Finally. Okay, 12:35. Jesus, took these fucks long enough. All right, last one here. Don't put any more up until between rounds. I'm thankful you never let being out of place deter you. While we lean differently politically, I couldn't imagine MMA media. Oh, thank you, buddy. You've been my favorite from the beginning. People keep thinking I need people to agree with me to like do the same work or to appreciate or whatever. No, I don't. I just need you to hang around. So I appreciate you, buddy. All right, here we go. Here we go. Round one. Here we go. Come on, guys. Here we go. Let's do it. Mike Perry's got his hands fucking low, dude. Bouncing up and down. He's going to get clobbered. There we go. Good shot to the body from Jake. Crossing his feet already, Jake Paul. That back leg, he crosses it constantly because he over rotates. Yeah, if I'm Perry, you gotta crowd this guy. Oh, Perry gets knocked down. Are they gonna call it a punch knockdown? Are they gonna count him in? Yes. He gets knocked down already. It looked to me like it was more like he got pushed down. He seems fine. Count the knockdown. It's a 10-8 round. Dude, I don't know if this ain't gonna go the distance. Like, holy shit. Mike Perry is gonna get. Dude, this is not gonna go great if he stays like this. Jesus Christ, Mike. Get your hands up, buddy. Yeah, Ariel's right. Look at the size difference. Yeah, Jake looks huge. Mike, get your hands up, buddy. Mike's Frank Mir is one of these guys who like go back and watch the Frank Mir Shane Carwin fight where you don't want to lose composure when you get hit, but you can overcompensate and be like, oh, I'm not even going to pay attention at all when I'm getting hit to make any kind of adjustment It's like you overcompensate for it a little bit. And I feel like Mike's doing that a little bit. Here comes Mike in the corner, bombing on him a little bit. Mike, get your fucking hands up. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to go the distance, folks. I mean, Mike Perry's tough as shit, but he's undersized and Jesus. Oh my God. Dude, Jake's gotten better. Like, Jake's gotten a lot better. Dude, if you're going to walk a guy down, do it behind your gloves. Yeah, I mean, this is an uphill climb for Mike. This is an uphill climb. Jake just missed on an uppercut, but landed on a hook. Yeah, okay. That was a bad round for Mike. I don't know how long this one's going to go. I don't know how long this one's going to go, folks. That is yikes. Yikes. Perry grew up fighting in the streets. Paul grew up being groomed by Disney. Perry has more than a shot here. Buddy, I don't know. Not looking so sharp at first. Joe Martinez is underrated as an in-ring announcer. Yes, he is. He's very good. Very good. Holy fuck. That was a wobbly first round for Mike. Wobbly. Dude, if you're going to walk a guy down, you got to be here. You got to be here, man. He's doing this bit. Oh, my Lord. Look at some of these punches, dude. Times him with a jab, pushes him off. Bang. Yeah, that wasn't a huge shot, but it was bad enough. Yeah, he got tripped. All right, here we go. Round 2. Look at how often Jake Paul looks down. This is what I mean about like not having like look at Jake Paul. Watch him look down every time he throws. See how he looks down like that all the time? He doesn't lower his level and keep his eyes level. He does this. A good boxer would chew him up for that. Throw the uppercut, Mike. Oh, big right hand sits Perry down. Big right hand sits Perry down. Dude, Mike's walking into this fucking guy with his hands down. Yeah, this is not going to go long, folks. Don't go to the bathroom. Oh, my Lord. Mike, get your hands up. Dude, Mike, get your hands up, buddy. You got to do the Isak Cruz thing. Jesus Christ. Gabe Rosado saying Perry has no defense. Yeah, you're right. Gabe's completely right. Yeah, this was... That's the same overhand he looked for on Tyron Woodley. Bit of a left hook there from Mike. That was better. Oh, my God, dude. It's a little hard to watch, if I could be honest. Ref's going to break him up. Jesus Christ. Jake, look at Jake just slowly measuring him. Boom. Look at that, measuring him. No fakes or feints, man. Oh, nice left hook from Mike. There we go. He slipped that punch. Oh, he took him down. Mike Perry's a beast. Mike, you got to get your hands up, buddy. Got to get your hands up, buddy. Referee warning him not to do that shit. Oh, pre-slipped and then left hook. That left hook's a little bit money for Mike. A little bit. Hit the pre-slip. Pre-slip again. Slipped it again. Come on, Mike. Get your fucking hands up, Mike. Oh my God, dude. He's just walking him down. Oh, look at Perry looking for that, or excuse me, Paul looking for the uppercut. I will say Jake looks a little rattled, does he not? Hey, all right. Better round. Better round for I mean Perry still is down 10-8 on both fucking rounds, but that was better. I tell you this much. This is what we'll be going back to in the tape study over and over again with Jake. He can be rattled, and when he is rattled, he makes mistakes. He reverts back to a lesser version of himself. So if I were him, I'd be pumping that jab as much as possible. Like you see Perry trying to slip it, so you got to fake it, right? You got to feint it. Boom! Look at him looking down. Oh, that right though, it landed. Boom, dude! I cannot overstate to you how much Jake Paul looks straight down, dude. The uppercut is there. Did you hear Tyron Woodley just say it? He's not even looking at the shot. What have I been saying? 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 What the fuck have I been saying? What the fuck have I been saying? What the fuck have I been saying? Oh, here we go. I'm late on this. Okay, mine's going to be off by about 5 seconds. Jacob against the ropes is going to be bad for him. He needs open space. Get out of the corner. Frames from Perry. Mike's lunging in. He might get hit with that too. He's taking big steps to get in. Pre-slip. He keeps slipping to the inside. So, yep, there you go. You're going to see Paul come over with the right hand because of the pre-slip. Dude, look at Mike putting the pressure on. Okay, Mike. I'm like the Shaq meme. I underestimated your game, although he's obviously down in this fight. Mike's outskilled. Oh! Did Paul's legs wobble a little bit? Telegraphed big right hand from Mike. Missed. Okay. Mike bringing that. He's doing a rear hand parry. He might pay for it. Yep. You see Jake Paul going low and then whipping up high on top. Oof. That's better from Mike getting his hands up. Trading left hooks. Perry's in there framing him off. Not letting him clinch. That's good from Mike Perry. That's one of the few things he's actually done pretty well in this fight. Getting the inside frames. That good jabs. Dude, I'm telling you, the jab for Mike Perry is what he's, or for Paul's what he's got to go to. That uppercut almost got hit with like the chop on Mayweather. Got to be careful with that uppercut. Mike just walking him down, folks. I'm telling you, Jake Paul can be fucking rattled, man. He can be rattled. And when he gets rattled, he's a lesser version of like what you know him for. He can't clinch. Look at Mike just walking into him. Mike Perry is denying him the clinch. This is, both guys swinging wild and missing. Oh, big uppercut kind of lands on Mike. Mike's reaching with those big steps. Got to take shorter steps. That uppercut's coming. Dude, that left hook is Mike Perry's best punch. The left hook and then the frames to avoid the clinch are the best things that he's got going. Look at how off balance he is, though. I don't know who won that round. I guess Jake Paul won that round, right? He probably won that round. I'm not even scoring the shit, so I don't know. I know he's down the first 2 rounds, but Jake Paul's not looking super awesome. This is what I mean, dude. This is why you can't see him against a regular boxer because, like, dude, they would fucking put pressure on him. They would make him resort to bad punches to get because he like kind of like hurries, like he's trying to get the guy off of him very quickly rather than setting it up and then executing and being able to throw. I'm getting my entertainment's worth, right? I mean, I don't know, kind of fun for what it is. God, if Mike Perry pulls this off, I will fucking be amazed. How cool would that be? All right, here we go. Seconds out. Go. Here we are. All right, let's see. Mike's got his hands down, buddy. Mike slipping to the inside. Ooh, gets hit with another one, but he switches stance. Yeah, he got paid. Oh, and that left hook comes. That left hook from dude, Jake's got good power. That right hand landed there heavy too. Mike looks a little wobbly. We're in round 4 here, folks. Round 4 of 8. Jake's trying to lower level, then come over the top. Look out for the uppercut. They're both clashing heads there a little bit. Okay, here we go. Ref separates them. We're back at it. Perry takes a punch, a jab to the body. This is better. Dude, if you give Jake Paul this room like he's doing it right now, he's going to win all day. Oof. Couple jab. Yeah, Mike looks a little wobbly. Yeah, he looks real. Oh, he looks real wobbly. He's hurt. I don't know how long this is going to go. Mike's in bad shape. He's hanging on, but he looks like he is in bad shape. The jabs are tearing him up. Yeah, if I'm Jake Paul, just stick with the jab. Mike Perry still fucking walking him down, still getting jabbed. Yeah, Perry's legs do look a little bit off. Jake's still not putting it on him right this second. Mike getting, if I'm Jake Paul, I'm putting it on this guy. He's hurt. Paul kind of taking his time here. Jab to the body. That's nice. Actually, it was right hand to the body. Oh, what happened? Mike's hurt or something? What happened? I didn't see what landed. He's got his hands down. Dude, Mike, what are you doing, buddy? Mike's swinging wildly, not hitting much. And he's bleeding. Big left hook, right hand. Huge combination rocks him from Jake Paul. Jake Paul has Mike on skates. Great combination from Jake. Man, Mike looks bad. He's getting hit. If he can make it to the bell, he might be all right by the 5th. He is in trouble. He looks bad. He legitimately looks drunk. These jabs are tearing him up. Yeah, dude, if you give Jake space, right hand right at the break. If you give Jake space that he can set stuff up, he'll land on you. If you can pressure him, that's when everything falls apart. He does not. He has a hard time with that. But Mike was getting tuned up in that round, so that didn't happen. Someone check Mike Perry's offshore accounts. Also, is Paul Tyson still a thing? Yes, it is. Odds of another coming behind KO, they're looking pretty slim. What should Mike do with his hands? You got to keep them up. If you're gonna have a walk forward style, you have to walk behind a shield, right? If Perry can survive 2 more rounds, Jake's fundamental. Not at this distance. Jake looks blown up. Mike looks chill. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Here we go. Yeah, they're right. He can't take another beating like that. No, they are going to look at him again. Doctor's taking a look at him. They let it go. All right, they're going to let him fight one more round at least. That's it. Again, dude, Mike, if you circle with the guy, it's going to go poorly. You got to put him on his heels. Hands up, put him on his heels. Mike still doesn't look good. He still looks big motions. Everything has to be short and compact, both your steps, your leans. Like the further you travel one way, the further you have to travel back to get your balance back, right? Yeah, if you're just gonna circle with Jake, he's gonna win this one pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Left hook kind of touches Mike on the way in. That's better from Mike, keeping the hand up. Mike looks a little bit better. Still getting hit with these jabs. Yeah, these jabs are good from Jake Paul. They're really good. Pressure, boys and girls, remember this. Remember this. Pressure on Jake Paul, sustained pressure on him, badly diminishes his offense. Badly. Man, Perry has got a crimson mask. Perry kind of weaves under and then comes over the top with the left hand. Not sure if it got through. Jake looks okay. Jake is taking these big steps as well. Mike's not in a position to counter, but Mike, get your hands up. That's better. Perry looks better this round. I mean, he's losing the round. Don't misunderstand me. He's losing the round, but he definitely looks a little bit more with it. Although his face is a mess and his nose, it looks busted up. Dude, he just missed on the right. Jake Paul did. Just missed. Now he's got Jake. No, okay. That right hand hurt Mike. Man, Perry is almost square with him at times. Man, Mike is fucking hell. If you can't put pressure on him, there's nothing there, man. You got to pressure this guy. Put him on his heels. Oh, dude, Jake Paul is just missing with some of these home run right hands, dude. Yeah, it's another bad round for Mike. Yikes. Let's see here. Mike Perry's stock basically crashed like it was 08. I mean, I don't know. Biggest L is Paul's hairline? Probably. At almost 50 years old, Anderson Silva did way better than most other MMA fighters. Diaz brawled that barely got anything going. Yeah, dude. You know, again, dude, Jake Paul stacks the deck against these guys one way or the other. Age, size, experience, you name it. That's why what Mike is attempting here is an uphill climb, you know? Here we go. Seconds out. Here we go. All right. Jesus. All right. Round 6. Round 6 of 8. I mean, Mike looks undeterred. I can say that. Jake Paul's outboxing him. Mike. Yeah, you hear Gabe Rosado, put your hands up. Dude, I completely agree. What are we doing? And Mike is just telegraphing. He got through with a nice jab there, or maybe a left hook, but he's telegraphing so much. Ooh, oh, big left hook from Jake Paul. Big left hook. Oh, Mike's in trouble. They might stop this. They might stop. He's down. He's down. Mike Perry's down. They're going to count him. 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk. Oh, that's it. They waved it. They asked him to walk, and he couldn't do it. That's it. That's over. It's done. That's it. Fight's over. Fight is over. Yeah. They told him he made the count. He got up to his feet. Referee said, walk this way. He tried and then he stumbled. That's it. You can't, if the referee tells you to move to like test your almost like a side of the road DUI, like field sobriety test, you have to pass it. He couldn't pass it. That's it. Jake Paul wins. Yeah, man, that was an uphill climb. That was an uphill climb for Mike. That was never going to be easy. That was never going to be easy. That was an uphill climb. I am convinced if you can pressure this dude, Jake Paul, backwards consistently without taking too much damage, he is there for the taking. He is there for the taking. Now, of course, he keeps picking guys who can't do that. I understand that. But it is so frustrating to watch that on tape. You can see glaring weaknesses, but because of the way in which he's the A side all the time, oh my God, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It is frustrating to watch that kind of tape. It is so frustrating to watch that kind of tape. Golly. There's Jayleon Love in his corner. Oh my God. Listen, let me say this while we're waiting for the main event interviews. Let me just say this to everyone who's watching. Thank you guys for joining me. I've been doing this for 3 hours plus now. I really appreciate all of you. I appreciate everyone who watched. I appreciate everybody who subscribed tonight. To all the new members, thank you guys so much. And to everyone who gave to the Super Chat in particular, mwah, thank you guys so much. You are the best. I'm not closing it yet. I just want to take a moment before we get to the interviews to say thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And I love doing these things with you. I wish things had gone better for Mike Perry tonight, but nevertheless, from me to you, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much it means. I really appreciate it. If you want to get in a super chat, do it now because I have to do CBS Sports HQ once the interviews are over. All right. Here we go. Round off, but I was right. Perry never had the patience for boxing. 35-pound difference, height and length. Jake is smarter than he looks. Yep. You're right. You're right. Jake should fight Biden. Alex says, what does this do for the Tyson offer? Can Mike walk him down and take advantage? The thing is, like Mike Perry, Tyson can, at age 58, can walk him down for a little while. The question is, can he consistently do it? That's the part where you're like, I don't know, you know. I worry for Perry's future in CTE. Well, Mike's life could have gone a lot of different directions. I don't feel like it's headed. I don't feel like it's gone in a bad one. You know what I mean? Michael says, another great stream. Good night from Tampa. Thank you, my friend. Alex says, meant fight, not offer. Yeah, I know what you meant. Max says, not surprised given the size difference was always going to be insanely difficult for Mike to get his style of fight going. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Absolutely no question whatsoever. Let me see what CBS Sports is telling me. Oh, it's BC talking shit. BC talking shit. Dude, BC will talk that shit. Don't think he doesn't, bro. Don't think he doesn't. God, dude, watching these Jake Paul fights is so frustrating. And not even because the guy that, the MMA guy that you want to win loses. It's not even, I don't even give a fuck about that. Honestly, I don't. It's to watch the glaring weakness. And you're like, that thing. And then because of the way in which the opponents are selected, they're never really in a position to take advantage of it. Oh my God, it is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Your watch-alongs are a necessity. Great stuff. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. All right, let's see what this fucking guy has to say. I'm going to put this up here with the time we have remaining. All right, let's hear this interview with Ariel. Is he not going to do an interview with Ariel Helwani? Well, they're talking about him being a monster. I mean, guys, I respect Jake Paul's hustle. I really do. He's got a nice gimmick going that he has enriched for himself. I enriched himself with doing. I respect that, but we're not going to call him a monster, okay? Yeah, they're saying you got to give credit where it's due. You got to respect them. Again, I respect the hustle. I respect it, but it is frustrating. It is very, very frustrating. Hey, look at this guy, the legend W. Kamau. How about that? Shouts, my friend Alan W. for your monthly Prime Energy drink habit. Here we go. Let's see what he says. So, oh, he's calling out Mike Tyson. You're next. He's calling out Alex Pereira. He's calling out Alex Pineda. He's calling out Poetan. He's got a gimmick, boys and girls. He's got a gimmick. Yeah, the Mike Tyson fight, he says 100% is happening. November 15th. Dude, calling out Pineda, I got to tell you, like, again, it's going to enrage MMA fans. I understand. It's a smart play. Says he was sick leading up to this. Says his knuckle was broken before the fight. Let's talk about Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Yeah, he's saying he would do a bare knuckle fight with Mike Perry. I don't believe that. Who is the smallest pro boxer that can beat Jake Paul? Probably I don't know. I mean, more than you might imagine. Tank Davis would take his fucking head off, right? Like Dana White should unleash Alex Pineda on Paul. He won't, but it's a good. This is what I mean about it being a good gimmick. Like it's a great gimmick. Zero fundamentals for Mike Perry. No, yeah, not much. Not much. Not footwork and proper guard was the first things I learned. I'm off to the rope rickety stool store. Tell my story. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dana, let it happen. He won't, but it'd be good. He won't fight Poetan. Poetan would murder him. It's a good gimmick. Thank you, Luke, for all the content. It's so frustrating that people will continue to overinflate how good he really is. Yes, he has gotten better, but that's in a different universe compared to Crawford. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, dude, every other boxer is different compared to Crawford. Mike Perry saying he did a great job. He couldn't adjust. Mike Perry, thanks everyone for coming out. His face looks busted up. That also low key sets up Pineda for a major bag retirement bout post UFC, maybe. Yep. And by the time he gets out, if he gets out, he'll be 38, 39, 40. Yeah, of course Jake Paul wants to fight him when Pereira's 40, right? He said Mike Perry said he was too fast. Too clean, too fast, he says. Frederick, Maryland here. What if he knocked out Alex? I think people's heads would explode. Frederick, Maryland's a cool place, by the way. Shouts to Frederick, Maryland. Loma versus Paul. Who you got? Loma's a little small, but he would obviously like touch him up a lot. Yeah, now they're asking Amanda Serrano about it. I don't care what she thinks. All right, let's call that a day. I'm going to close this off. You get the idea. Okay. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks to all the members. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks for everyone who spent their time with me tonight. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. I'll do a post-fight show for UFC 304. We're not going to do a watch-along, but I'll definitely do a post-fight show for that. So analysis, hardcore analysis about some real good fights. All right? All right. I love you guys. This has been fun. Thank you so much. Until next time, get some sleep, boys and girls. Bye.